It's going to be one of those days. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Rip and the Silverback. We're back after a week's vacation. Vacation is day. Well, I mean, I think we were both away.
Yeah, we were both away.
So I was away.
Yep.
Yeah. If you didn't know, chat, I did post afterwards. I was down with family, and then I went over to Port Merion in Wales, where they filmed the Prisoner TV series back in the 60s. It was good time, and stayed in the village. You know, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Welcome back, repping the Silverback 39.
Woo! Climbing up there, baby.
Oh, next week 40.
Oh man, damn.
How you doing?
Buddy. I'm doing good, man. It's been crazy busy. Last week we were both out. I was out with the wife. So we're back. I've been working hard. We've been rocking and rolling with reverse stuff. As you guys know, we dropped that collection on your heads that just dropped with ISOM #1. We never did a signature series of those. So with our remaining stock that we keep around for, retailers and cons, if you've appeared at our cons, you've been able to pick those up. So there's other special events like Riververse Day. We figured, all right, well, it's a good time to just do some CGC copies of those. We're 2 years removed from that, and it's a great time to do it. And it's already off to a crazy start, $50,000. Already, which is kind of fucking nuts. But so thanks to you all. Go grab those. Also for a limited time, 48 months, because really we're trying to, again, I want to get us down with ISOM 1 since we're 2 years removed from it, at least for cover A and B, to where I got like 1 or 2 boxes at best, like still left over. So for 48 hours, if you did miss, this is the important news, chat. If you missed out on the cover A and B of ISOM 1, you can get that cover price, the base, for only 48 hours or until they sell out. It's a chance. Cover B probably will end up selling out, but this is your chance. I know I get asked every fucking day for you about that. Like, hey, guy, I missed that because you were, I don't want to say late to the party. You're never late to the party. You're always on time. But maybe you guys kind of stumbled across us after ISOM 1 campaign. We get people asking all the time, can they get that? This is your chance. So for 48 hours or until supplies last, you can go grab that right now.
Peekaboo.
That is.
There you go. Pre-order collection. Ooh.
Yeah. So go grab those. By the way, the early fulfillment, I know we have the fulfillment marked right now for like October 9th. Early fulfillment is very, very likely. We just wanted to give ourselves enough time just in case, because you guys know with like Yaira CGCs, there was a big hiccup because CGC, they had a lot of things going on, merging supplies.
What year?
What you mean?
October of what year?
Yeah, you have to specify that type of stuff these days. Of this year. So right around, I know, right? Quick turnarounds. Imagine that. So yes, I know. I know. It's crazy, huh? It is. I get it, ass. It is. It is nuts. But no, you can grab that. Those early fulfillment will probably happen, but we wanted to give ourselves enough time. By the way, while I have you guys, if you were one of the lingering cats that did not get their Yaira 1 CGCs, we were waiting on them. We got all of those yesterday. So Brandon's working hard to have the team have those out all by. I have a video that will be dropping very soon explaining all that as well, because we've been keeping up with, if you've been keeping tabs on your email, you know where I'm going. But we do have a new account rep. We're working on it. So this won't be an issue going forward. So the CGCs will be coming out very quickly with Ripazine, as well as for this collection and future collections.
Fucking awesome. Now, we know the Acolyte's been cancelled. We know Rings of Power's tomorrow.
Shit, is it?
But we do talk a lot of comics on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about something.
Okay.
It's not in the title, but I don't know if you've seen this.
Uh-oh.
Indiegogo will refund
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's please talk
When
about this.
Some campaigns don't ship as promised.
Yes.
Buying from crowdfunding might get a little less dicey with Indiegogo's new shipping guarantee.
So I want to talk about this. This is actually pretty. It's small and big news. Reason being is because, and by the way, this is cool. I tweeted about this. This is very cool to see that between them, it's a competitive market, right? You got Kickstarter, you have obviously Indiegogo. There's the backer kits or whatever. Obviously, you have the independent guys over at Fund My Comic. They're trying to do their thing. So everybody's competing here, and it's awesome to see people add new features and try to make it more, I guess, a better option. Let's say for not only backers to back, but also with people that want to host the crowdfunding. So with this almost is akin to what eBay has done, but it seems just a little bit different, where you're basically a reliable whatever. So how this works, I did all the research on this, is that basically if you are eligible, right, you will be able. So if you obviously have it for the most part largely done, you fulfilled other campaigns, there are some rules that apply for you to get this, basically this badge that essentially says you're reliable. That's basically what it is. And in doing so, if you do back it, something ends up happening, you'll be able to get your refunds and such. So, and I wonder what you think about this, because I don't know, because obviously we both backed a lot of crowdfunding campaigns,
yes, sir,
over the years. I wonder if this is going to end up turning into like a policy, if this is like a trial run from a policy of sorts, because how Indiegogo disperses of their money is different from how Kickstarter does it, as well, as far as when you have access to those funds and whatnot, and obviously being able to fulfill them during the window that you promised. So I wonder if that badge system that they have here will end up being something like, hey, it's a test run for them to, maybe they're going to make a major overhaul on like refunding and their policies surrounding unfulfilled campaigns and such.
Look, I'm a customer, right? I'm a customer. From a customer perspective, I see this, I go, oh, this is great. From a customer perspective, I have backed a lot of Indiegogo campaigns. Some of them get fulfilled very well indeed.
Shout out,
our boy Graham Nolan. Graham Nolan always seems to do great with his fulfillment. There are campaigns that I've never received books from. There are campaigns that the books never even got finished on. And there's books which are not even an exaggeration, years late.
Yeah.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, I agree.
It is anti-customer. Now, sure, you can understand if there's teething problems if you're like getting into it.
You're communicating with your audience, right? Something happens. There's a hiccup. Shit happens, right? So there's a difference between, okay, we had a hiccup, printers or whatever, and this is going to be a couple of months out of schedule, right? That's different from what you were talking about, where it's like years. That's just malpractice, right?
There's a difference between a hiccup and sure, things can happen down the road. We're hoping for October, but it looks like it's going to be January. Okay, all right, fair enough, that kind of thing. But when you're literally waiting years, we've delved way too far into the realm of pathetic. Absolutely pathetic mismanagement.
Yeah.
And it's just it's complete and utterly anti-customer. It shows a distinct lack of respect for your customer base, especially when things like this are repeated. And so as a customer, I think they have every right to, never mind go through a 60 or 90-day period, whatever it is, of cancellation. But if your book hasn't been delivered, then you should have every right after 6 months of let's say past the extended deadline, or the deadline. If it's like 6 months after, have you received your product? No. I think the customer has every right to be like, well, do you know what? Actually, I want it back.
Yeah.
Or a year, So there isn't a lot of protections for customers, and they are taking a risk because they're paying when the campaign ends. Now, if a website, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, whatever, the money went into an escrow.
Yeah.
Now that's a different kettle of fish,
right?
Because the customer's protected.
Yeah.
So
great point.
The other person's protected. And then when they fulfilled, then okay, all right, but they need the money to create, and they need the money to do the fulfill. All right, okay, so the money goes into escrow until the creator produces the invoice of payment. And then when they produce the invoice of payment for the printing, or whatever it may be, then money is taken out of escrow to cover those costs or whatever. So there could be ways to do this that would offer far more protection without compromising the creator as well.
Well, this is the thing. I do think that this move is interesting because what's going to end up happening, and I guess, I don't want to say this is going to happen. I do think that this is, again, speaking from fuck the river. It has nothing, because we don't even crowdfund. So that has nothing to do with us. I'm more so speaking from the customer's perspective, because to your point, we've both backed all these crowdfunding campaigns. So I think their idea is they were trying to come up with something creative that obviously trying to mitigate the risk that you have with the from the customer's perspective, backer's perspective, but also this incentivizes like actual creators or companies or whoever's using Indiegogo, because I guess their idea is like, well, people are going to be more likely if this has this badge that says, hey, this is a reliable customer or whatever that is that they're using with this new program. People are going to be more likely, I guess this is their idea, to back that, right? Because they understand this is, I'm going to get it. It's going to be in a reasonable amount of time or what have you. So I wonder, does that come from, and I don't know, again, I don't know answer. I don't know what exactly influenced this, this policy. But I wonder if a lot of that has to do with maybe, because look, we hear the rumblings. I've seen people say this. They are like, because I've not gotten my shit, they've been soured on the experience altogether, like of crowdfunding, right? So they don't back campaigns anymore. And that's unfortunate, right? Maybe this is their way to try to, again, find out a way to make it more a trustworthy experience, which benefits everybody. That benefits the backers. That benefits also the creators as well. So it's very, very intriguing that this is going to be a thing, because there is going to be that level of separation, right? They're going to have those that have this badge that people find reliable, and obviously the backers are going to be well protected. If they need a refund, they can get it. But I do wonder if this is going to lead to like a more monumental policy change, because again, that's been one of the gripes with Indiegogo or crowdfunding sort of in general, is that lack of protection. And look, crowdfunding is a beautiful thing because it has allowed a lot of people who, again, otherwise would not be able to fund their efforts, be able to fund their efforts, right? So whether that be making a comic book come to life, obviously crowdfunding is not just unique to comics. There's all sorts of things that people are crowdfunding and doing awesome things for, tech and all sorts of cool things. And that's awesome. Film, even like our bro, Critical Drinker, and what he's been able to do with Kickstarter. Awesome. That is very, very cool to see. But that one thing that I know a lot of people have worried about or have been soured at is because, to your point, they've backed some and the experience has been awesome, has been great. Other times it's been, well, shit, you got something and you're like, fuck, I forgot I even ordered this damn thing because it was so long ago and it is so far behind schedule. So, and that has soured a lot of people. I see it a lot where people are like, I will never back anything again. That's of anything, like of any type of crowdfund, because of that. And that sucks. And maybe this is their way, Indiegogo's way of trying to, again, resolve that issue and just, make it a more trustworthy experience.
I absolutely, again, I can only talk from the perspective of a customer. And there's absolutely no doubt that my purchasing from Indiegogo has gone from substantial to
that's a good point. I know you used to back hella fucking campaigns.
A lot of campaigns. A lot of campaigns from a lot of different people. I'm pretty much down to just Graham Nolan. That's what I'm down to now, because Graham Nolan does deliver. And that's due to multiple people failing multiple times, and some of them being literally years late. Some of them have had to chase to see, lack of communication, awful communication.
That's probably the biggest part, is it not? It's like I said, people are a lot more forgiving and understanding when you're keeping them in the loop, right? I think that what ends up happening is you have the lack of communication, and then you couple that with this, like, it seems like it's more malpractice than it is like a hiccup, right? There's some things that are not in your control. Hell, I just talked about it with CGC, right? Like, some things happen with that out of my control, right? Granted, I got to be the one to solve it. I'm the company owner, right? So this has to be an issue. But sometimes shit happens. As long as you are communicating that with your audience, and they can see that you're like working towards whatever goal and whatever you promised, they're going to be a lot more understanding of that. Where the issue happens is that when you have that coupled, like, okay, well, shit doesn't feel like it's getting done, but also there's like almost little to no communication there. And yeah, I mean, that you bring up a great point. I mean, you can speak from experience. I think a lot of people share your experience as where they went from, especially in like the 2020, 2021, that era, hella books back, right? Hella projects,
flood of stuff,
and then now it's like, it's more minimalized, like, because, well, it's not been a pleasant experience, and that's unfortunately a case of some people souring the bunch, right? Because there are a lot of hard workers. You bring up Graham. There's a lot of guys that are even in our space that have been able to deliver in a relative. Again, things happen. Hell, even with stuff like what happened with the Ghost of the Badlands, like that didn't necessarily get right on point, but it was relatively quicker after. We both have it. I have it out there in my studio. We have the copies. They are here. So big shout out to our man's Razor Fist. So as well as George. So seeing that is really cool, and you hate to see that there's a soured experience, but I mean, customers aren't stupid, right? And money, especially in this day and age, bro, ain't going as far as what it did back then. So people are going to be a lot more selective in who they give their money to. And I can totally empathize with people being like, look, man, I'm out on the experience. So, I mean, look, if Indiegogo ends up working for them, and a lot of backers to get more confident in certain crowdfunding projects, that works for everybody. That benefits backers, that benefits people that actually need the crowd fund to make their dreams come true. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, from a business perspective with Indiegogo, you can see why they do it. As a YouTuber, I've had people on my show, giving them an opportunity to be put in front of an audience, regardless of how you position yourself, objective into it, it's irrelevant. The fact that they're on your show, people will always perceive that as vouching for them.
That's a good point, man. And then you get egg on your face.
Yeah, and then
you go to bat for it. This is awesome. Hey, go support this, all this shit, and then it don't come into fruition.
Yeah, so now I'll just have people who I know are going to fulfill.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Graham's always been welcome back. Chuck, when he does his books and stuff, he's always been welcome on. And obviously, we have our own discussions with the Ripverse, because the Ripverse itself, with its delivery service, it's not a pay and wait. It's we've done the books, and we're doing a campaign, then it's shipping. So you can do those things with confidence. But I get emails all the time. Oh, I'm doing this book. I'm doing that book. Is there any way that I can get on your show to do this or that? And the simple answer becomes now, no.
Yeah.
That's the simple answer, because of other people souring the well for you.
It makes sense. It's protection of assets. It's totally understandable. It sucks. And this is why, it's funny. You'd have people that would say, even though me, I've backed I don't know how many fucking crowdfunding campaigns. And to your point, like we got guys that we can vouch for, that we still have gone to support. Razor Fists of the world as an example, Graham. As well, and guys that we, that have shown that they use the crowdfunding format, but they know what they're doing, right? So, I totally get, though, people saying I'm kind of checking out, but I would argue, and then it's funny, you get guys that say, for folks like myself, are attacking crowdfunding, just because they need a fucking villain or whatever, when I've never done that. But it's like you can make the argument that the people that are souring folks on it are the folks that it's malpractice, being unprofessional, right, with it, and maybe not delivering. Those are guys are souring, getting more than anything that I could ever say or do, because I've been on record saying a million times, crowdfunding has completely changed the game. It has introduced this element that has allowed people to not have to go through the proper channels anymore in order to see their ideas come into fruition. So on net, it's a positive for sure, and it has been for independent creators. That said, from a customer standpoint, backers standpoint, I totally understand why there are people that have been soured out on the experience because of folks that have unfortunately maybe used it irresponsibly. Maybe it is as a piggy bank. Maybe it is as something I can kind of get around to it when I get around to it, and that's just unprofessional. And I totally understand why some people are out on the experience. I mean, hell, even when we started our company, right? And you know, we took the transparency element of that crowdfunding introduced, right? You know, you get people that even just because they saw like campaign numbers, right? They'll be like, "Oh man, am I gonna have to wait?" And we'd have to tell people, like, no, it's done. Yeah, it's done. You're going to get it in a timely manner, right? Because folks had already by then, even by 2022, had been soured. A lot of people have been soured on the experience, right? So yeah, there's for sure some there's a reputation. They're both good and in some cases negative. And if Indiegogo is you wonder if this is like the first of maybe a major power move to say we want this crowdfunding thing to continue to exist, because you can imagine, right? They get processing fees or they get platform fees. So if less people are backing projects, well, they're getting less money, right? So they have every incentive to try to try to get this cleaned up. And you wonder if this is their way to do it. It'd be very intriguing.
Yeah.
Dan said in the chat, he said a reputation system like eBay's for crowdfunding would be great. I think this is essentially what they're trying to do here. Effectively, that's what they're trying to do. If you read through the article that spells everything out, or you read through that actual deal from right from Indiegogo, that's essentially what's going to happen. You're going to see a badge. I don't know what it's going to call. It's like reliable vendor or whatever it is of the folks that qualify for this new shipping guarantee program, and so it sticks out. You're probably going to get more. It's probably going to be the ones that they shared. I know Indiegogo, there's been a lot of conversation about shadow banning and stuff like that. If you're one of those reliable creators, you're probably not going to have to deal with those issues. They're going to boost you and all that stuff. So I wonder if this was, again, the first of a major power move. It's going to be interesting to see how this thing economically just rolls out. I'm really intrigued by this.
With eBay, I get it, because as somebody who sold and bought off eBay, you know, I when I was doing a sell, for instance, there'd be times you'd have to wait your money till you deliver the product. Now, obviously, there's a different overhead completely when it comes to stuff like this, but it's the same sort of principle. In as much as you prove yourself to be reliable, you prove to yourself to be a good seller. And once you've started to fulfill and get it out, then we'll reduce the time of you getting your money. So essentially, when somebody pays you and you've raised the delivery ticket, for instance, then you're getting paid immediately. So that operates off that, you know, trust system, that reliability system, whatever you want to call it. I don't see how this is a bad thing for customers. Ultimately, sites like Indiegogo operate more off the customer than necessarily the person that comes onto the site. Sure, they need people to come onto the site to have a product to be put in front of the customer. But if you're not doing it reliably, then you're driving more people away.
Yeah, facts. That's why I specifically think they did this. I think they did that for that reason. And it's not like I have access to their numbers, but I'd imagine they've looked at this and they know that some people have been otherwise. What other reason would they have this as? If not to say we want to have these guys, it's basic capitalism, right? It's operating on incentive, right? Yes. So it's like backers have incentive to continue to back things or back these people that have these badges, and creators or businesses or publishers or whatever you want to call them that aren't doing the crowdfunding have incentive to be responsible, because they will get this badge and they will get boosted or whatever. And people are going to be more likely to check them out and thus buy or back their product. Right. So it works for everybody. It works for customers, but it works for the creators as well, the responsible ones, at least it works for them. So yeah, everybody wins, but it is going to create, I wonder as this keeps on, if it does end up creating that big divide where you do have just a significant amount of people that are simply like, look, if it ain't got that reliability badge or whatever you want to call it, shipping guarantee badge, I ain't backing it. And to be fair, I almost look at it like, well, when I buy things from eBay, like old comics, if they don't have that badge, I don't buy it either, right? Like I'm like, well, because I don't know who the fuck this is. They don't have a 99% guarantee or upvote or whatever it's called, then I won't. So I totally understand why they're doing it. I guess is a roundabout way of what I'm trying to say. I totally get it, and it'll be interesting to see if this leads into even more policy change. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand from the
because what happens when they apply it? Let's say, and I'm not saying that that's their goal, but and this was what I wondered. It's like, what if they start applying the shipping guarantee like customer like as a general concept that applies to all of everything, right? Like like most goes from, hey, it's just something that applies to a select few to something that's more accessible, if that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, that will fundamentally change.
Depend on the products, obviously.
Obviously, yeah, for sure.
But if somebody, because we specifically deal with comics, let's talk comics, and just use that as an example. Somebody's writing a comic and producing a comic. What have they got to deal with? Well, they've got to deal with the writing. They've got to deal with the artwork, the inking, the lettering. Once that's done, then they've got to deal with the printing of that. And then they've got to deal with the distribution of that. Yep. Okay. So they're your priorities. If things are falling apart at the writing phase, that's inept.
Yeah, that's malpractice. Yeah.
That's inept. If things are falling apart because of the distribution, then that's a different kind of kettle of fish, because you're dealing with the distribution companies. Why did it fall apart? Was it because they were unprepared for that volume? Well, whatever reason it may be. Did it fall apart because of the printers? The printers didn't have the right paper. The machines weren't ready. Blah, blah, blah. There's other things. But if your project is falling apart at the writing, drawing, inking, or lettering stages, then that is complete and utter mismanagement.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Because it's your duty to write, your duty to get the art done. So you got to have all those things in place, ready to rock. So when you are dealing with a comic book, for instance, and you're waiting on, I don't know, a 48 page, a 64 page, and you haven't had it for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long to do that.
Then you're dealing with a fucking clown show.
Yeah, that's malpractice. That's for sure something else that's wrong. And I've say this as obviously a guy that has seen it all. It doesn't take. I mean, what was Gooding 70-something pages? Will Conrad's one of the best detailed artists in the business. It didn't take him 2 years to do that damn book, right? 3 years to do that book. So,
or how many books has the Rippaverse produced so far?
Shit, man. I mean, where are we at?
Isom 2, Yaira, Alpha Core, Gooding. Next month is Horseman. It's shipping September. Well, the campaign is going up or whatever. The orders are going up in September.
Yeah.
So fulfillment would be whatever it is, October, November, whatever the fulfillment is there, and the company's just hit 2 years old.
Yep. Yeah. That's it. And that's not even including like the Ripazines or any of that stuff. Like,
Ripazine 1, Ripazine 2 on the way. We know Blood Ruth is
that's like almost 80 pages in.
Full into production. We know Yaira 2, we know Alpha Core 2.
Yeah.
There are things that we know are in production. You've mentioned these are in production. So and that was created. Rippaverse was created off your own money. That was created with your money, investing in it.
A gamble of my life, yes. It paid off.
so you literally have seen what worked for you.
Yeah.
Personally. Some people can't do that.
Yeah.
And so crowdfunding does produce a really reliable form to do that.
Absolutely.
But unless they are reliable within themselves, this is why policies like this will come through. Going kind of looping back into a circle here, as a customer, I see this as a very good thing, because it's about time the customer gets the protection that they fucking deserve. Because all of these campaigns, whether it's a comic or an invention or a piece of art or a diorama, whatever it is that's going up on Indiegogo, the customer's the one who's forking out the money up front.
Mm-hmm.
They're the one who's most at risk.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the more protections that they have, the better, right? I mean, again, everybody, if you're reliable, this is a benefit to you, right? If you are one of those that use crowdfunding responsibly, like this is good for you. This is awesome.
I want to bring up one thing, because I just had a thought. Now, obviously, they do put in these campaigns, or as part of the policy of the website of Indiegogo, that the risk is with the customer.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets to a point where the customers have their fingers burnt so many times, then they go. That's it. You're gone. So sure, you could play the game of well, it's not an absolute guarantee. It's blah blah blah. It's the risk is with you for putting up the money. Blah blah blah. Whatever that may be. Okay, then they don't. Somebody doesn't. Joe Blogs doesn't fulfill. Joe Blogs is 2 years late. Whatever the excuse is or whatever. The customer go, okay, I won't go to Indiegogo. I'll go to Kickstarter, or I won't go to Kickstarter. I'll go to somebody where the product's already made and ready. So if you can play the assume the blame game on the customer, but the customer will very quickly give you a middle finger and they're gone from your website. Very difficult to get them back. Very difficult to get that trust back unless there is something in place to protect that customer.
That's why I think the policy, where it comes from. I think Indiegogo is looking out for their own self-interest as well. It's like I said, if they've been burned, and less people are backing it, right? Then you've got to make an adjustment. Or because again, if less people are spending money on anything, right? If they've been burned out on the experience, because your entire site exists for crowdfunding, right? That's the whole point of the damn thing, right? So if people are being burned out on that's a market-wide problem. If people are being burned out on the experience, so you have to come up. That's what I said was awesome, because people are coming up with creative ways to incentivize people to back more projects. This is Indiegogo's. Kickstarter's constantly adjusting things for better or worse, and this is Indiegogo's shot at it. And personally, I look at this, everybody wins. Unless you're irresponsible. Because if you're irresponsible, you're going to look at, oh shit, I don't have this badge, right? They're debasing me. I'm being shadow banned. I totally understand that's going to be their perspective. But for those that are having access to this, right, because they are either, remember, if you go read it, it explicitly states kind of some of the rules that would allow you to qualify for this program. Some of it has to do with other campaigns, and some of it has to do with the type of campaign that you're running. But if you are considered to be a part of this shipping guarantee or special badge, then more people are going to be likely to support you, because they know even if it hits the fan, right, they have a shipping guarantee. So I'm gonna get my money back regardless. So that's low risk. That's lower risk for the backer. I'm more inclined to support that. So that's why I totally get that. I totally understand their perspective, and it's going to be interesting to see this play out for sure. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
And it doesn't mean, by the way, that just because the option's there, the customer's going to necessarily take it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because if your communication is solid with what's been going on, and you can say, oh, okay, we got this problem with, let's just say, the printing, or we got this problem with the fulfillment, and it's meant to be September, but it's going to be November or December because of the international shipping, blah blah blah, whatever it may be.
Right.
Then probably a lot of customers will be sympathetic towards that, and they won't be canceling. You'll probably get a few which do, regardless. That's by the by. But you'll probably get a lot more of the people who just be a bit sympathetic to that. I think this is certainly in place for campaigns. Like I said, multiple people. I backed multiple campaigns on a personal level from different people. Some I have never received the book on. Some of the campaigns have taken money and fucking run.
Yeah, there's been plenty of that. Take it in. So, you ain't even heard of them. Like, they fell off the face of the fucking earth.
Yeah.
It happens. It's
never to be seen again.
It's crazy to think about, but that shit happens. Like, when people just get away, it made a 10, 20 grand, hell, for that matter. And they just said, fuck it, I'm out. Which is wild as fuck. That's wild as fuck.
if it does operate off a trust system, then trust is earned.
Oh, 100%.
Just as trust is lost.
100%.
So yeah, I think from a customer's perspective, good thing.
Yeah, and just to get a chat clarification. This is what it says. I'm covering this from Verge. I'm just reading it real quick. It says the guarantee will apply to campaigns that meet the eligibility requirements, which include launching with a product that's in final manufacturing stages, a proven track record of successful crowdfunding on the site. Covered campaigns will have a shipping guarantee badge, is what I was talking about, above the pick your perk button on the site. If you back one of these campaigns and don't receive shipping confirmation by the date a campaign promised, you can immediately request a refund. Is how that's gonna work. And they even because this is what they say on the website. It's come from Indiegogo themselves. So the program, they said, is designed to enhance trust reliability. So yeah, all these questions I asked are being answered right here. It says it's designed to enhance trust and reliability within the crowdfunding community by ensuring backers receive their orders for a full refund if the project doesn't ship on time. This will only be available for select campaigns that are accepted into the program by Indiegogo. The way that they word that, when they say to enhance trust and reliability within the crowdfunding community, like that tells me that this is like a larger problem, right? And this is their first step to fix it, which is why I would not be surprised if there's going to be like another policy change in the future. They say that again, I mentioned all those things, Indiegogo, that they have to be accepted into the Indiegogo's trust and safety team, yada yada yada. They say, what are the benefits of participating in, this is like a Q&A, in shipping guarantee program? Participating in the program can significantly enhance your campaign's credibility, attract more early adopters, and increase conversion rates by offering backers a guaranteed shipping assurance, right? So yeah, that's the whole point. There was some of the things that we talked about. The whole point is to basically incentivize backers to support your project. But that little first sentence there, it's the first sentence on the page. It says it was designed to enhance trust and reliability within the crowdfunding community. Tells me that's something that maybe they looked at their body. But yeah, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, there's something that it's a problem that they're addressing, and they're trying to fix it, and this is their first way. So I'll be interested to see if there's a major policy change where this is something that's going to be more or less like something more universal. And I'm not saying, look, to your point, every project is different, right? So
yes. We're talking it from a comics perspective.
Yeah,
that's how I personally used Indiegogo. Indiegogo, of course, isn't just a comics crowdfunding site; it deals with all kinds. So this policy isn't necessarily brought in just because of comics being late or shit like that.
Exactly,
it could be all kinds of different things. But to what you just said earlier, it sounds like it is a site-wide problem. And the only way that you can deal with problems like this is to make it more reliable for people to come on and invest their money.
Yeah.
And if people are feeling confident with who is producing the campaign, they can feel more confident with spending the money. If the reliability isn't there, if they're not fulfilling whatever they are producing, then no, customers got every right to go, no, I'm going to take my money and put it into something else. Thank you.
And I just look at it from a customer's perspective. If I'm looking at it through a bunch of campaigns, or I'm browsing, or I'm even intrigued by this, and I see that shipping guarantee badge, I'm like, oh, that's automatic. Because I'm gonna get if it hits the fan and something happens and they don't meet the date, just get my money back. Get my money back. It's guaranteed that I will get my money back. So yeah, that's yeah, man. Look, it's like I said before, man. Crowdfunding is a beautiful thing. It has it's been abused, unfortunately, by irresponsible people, and that's kind of soured the bunch. And it's not just customers that see that. Obviously, the websites that these are being housed on see that, and they're looking to try to create more reliability, and more power to them. Like I cannot knock. I don't see how. Let me say this. I don't see, unless you're responsible, how anybody could think this is a bad idea. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe chat can correct me on this one. I don't see how this is a bad idea.
We've used Graham Nolan as an example of somebody who's very reliable, very communicative. You know, even if his project's going to say, let's just say a couple of months late, his communication is always on point. And for the most part, he's delivered pretty much there or thereabouts. So he's exceedingly reliable. Graham himself did a very good stream about 6-8 months ago, something like that, where he talked about does not fulfilling campaigns, being late for campaigns.
I remember
that. Is it bad for other creators on Indiegogo? And he actually did an exceedingly good stream where he discussed the problems of other people not fulfilling or being unreliable, and the knock-on effect it has to other creators on the site, and how important it is for reliability and communication. That that's just commonsensical stuff from a commonsensical guy who's been in the industry for decades, and he's done monthly comics with Detective Comics, of course. And so understands strict deadlines, understands, working to that. So yeah, go check that one out. Go to Graham's website. You check that out.
That was really good. That was really good. I remember that because that's when he said, someone asked him about it taking, he's like, yeah, this should take that long. We talking. I can't remember if he said 2 or 3 years. It shouldn't take that long to do anything. Yeah, I remember when Graham said that. But yeah, it's guys like that, man. I think will obviously be fine. I think you may be a little antsy if you are a person that's unreliable, but as far as long-term benefit or just as a general policy or concept, yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good for backers, and I think it's great for backers like ourselves, and I think it's great for actual creators that are on that, because look, if you're reliable, you get to reap the benefit.
Yes, if you're a reliable creator, this is actually going to work in your favor.
Absolutely. Facts.
Because you're going to get that stamp seal of approval, and people are going to be like, great, this is one we can trust, which could actually potentially push more people to you.
I think it automatically will. I think it inevitably does that, because think about it. If I see that, definitely if I start to get accustomed to it, and I see that badge, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in. If I like what I see, obviously, out of a product, then I'm in. I'm protected. I'm in.
Yes,
I can't knock it. I love it. I love it. So we'll see what happens, man. But this is a good little approach to it. It's addressing the elephant in the room, and I like that they said it on their shipping guarantee, that Q&A, that part of their the fact, I guess, or that was awesome. That they just said, look, man, we're trying to enhance the trust and reliability within this community, because they know if more people feel like they are less inclined to buy shit, they suffer. It's not just, oh, well, it's not my problem. Like, no, they suffer. There's less people using your site. There's less people backing it, which means less money for you as a company. You have every incentive to protect the backers. I get it.
Yeah. Good thing. I think a good thing. Not wrong with that. So from the sublime to the ridiculous, this is going to shock you, but did you hear that the Acolyte has been cancelled?
Say what?
My accountant was on self-deletion watch. Very upset. I personally have signed the petition to get it back for season 2. It's very lucrative for my YouTube account. God bless. But look, it's probably the most unshocking news in the history of television that a piece of a mitigated dog shit that nobody watched got cancelled. Wow.
So let me get this straight. No, it's so much I want to say on this, because I was watching or reading some of the actors, and their thoughts on this dark day where it got canceled. They're surprised. Everybody's surprised as that they cannot believe that this happened. A show that nobody watched, that they spent $180 million on.
$180 million. $22.5 million an episode on average.
Yeah. It's a wonder where you see that there's no return. You're looking at the numbers and you're saying, well, we're not getting, first of all, we're already putting it in the money pit anyway, but we've not added new subscribers. We're not selling merch. We can't do shit with this. There's nothing that we can do. All the people that are signaling, all these whammon who made these TikTok videos talking about, oh, they made something for us and they are canceling it. because was that the Rolling Stone that wrote that article where they said that basically, or they said they was essentially suggesting that they did it or Disney did it because they're listening to people like us. And it's like, no.
The Dude Bros won.
Yeah.
Because as you know, Eric, the geek space since the beginning of time has been completely full of dude bros.
All along, bro.
Yeah. It was the Dude Bros all along. Yeah, kind of no.
So yeah, they're blaming folks like ourselves or even longtime Star Wars fans that simply said this is not good or this is not something that we want to watch. We're going to engage in. And look, it's as simple as this. Where were y'all? Those people that made this TikTok.
Nah, don't ask that question.
Where were y'all at?
Stop it. No, you can't ask that question. You can't ask that question because it's just our fault, period. Don't ask the question why people didn't fucking turn up. Where were all of y'all? Where's this? Because we're the vocal minority.
Yeah,
remember?
Apparently,
we're the vocal minority that has the power to topple or influence $1 billion corporation into canceling or renewing shows. Work the logic out on that one. But if we're the vocal minority or the loud minority, whatever they want to call it, where's the majority? Where's the majority of the people who you claim this is for? Where are you? Where are you?
That's the question that needs answers. Where are you? Why did y'all not show up? Because, you finally got them. It's with them whamming on that TikTok. I think we watched it on George John Slayer stream this past week. And you had these people like, hey, they made something for us. God forbid there's lesbians. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
What does that mean?
I know.
What does that mean? You finally made something for us.
What? I guess they're essentially saying that there's gay space witches, and there's tens of people that finally are seen, I guess, in Star Wars, right? Because that's the only thing interesting about you.
I can't look left, right, up, or down for this shit.
I can't go to the grocery store.
No, I'm trying to buy cheese and ribeye, and my food is now gay. I can't fucking do anything anymore without corporation going, this is what we're pretending to like this week.
That's
okay?
It's true. There's no shortage. There's no shortage of any of this gay shit. But whatever they mean by it, they thought that they finally got to see it, and now Disney is ignoring them. And this is my thing. If you showed up, obviously, they look at the bottom line, and it worked out. There was so many lesbians, that aspiring space witches that are gay that really, they sent this show over the top. How I feel about it, how Ass feels about it, how Drinker feels about it, how Gary from Neurotic feels about it, how the whole cast of F&T and Geeks and how they feel about it would be irrelevant because the numbers speak for themselves. So whether
apparently we're just manufacturing outrage. That's what we're doing.
That's what they always say.
Shut your fucking stupid fucking mouth. Shut your fucking retarded fucking mouth. This is a fucking response by people, by fucking viewership to trash, fucking dog shit trash, which has been made for fucking year after year after year after franchise has been usurped and fucking destroyed. Manufacturing outrage. Oh, just shut your fucking mouth. Get your fucking head down. Do some fucking work or something. Get a fucking hobby. Paint some Warhammer figures. Go for a walk. I don't know. Do whatever you fucking need to do. But this is a response to fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Fucking dog shit. Coming into Star Wars, Doctor Who, Star Trek, fucking tabletop, to every fucking facet of geek culture, because corporations got their fucking mitts in it, and corporation can't make shit.
Yeah.
Because corporation will never have the love for whoever created those franchises or the care and attention. Their mind is just in the, how do we fucking usurp this? How do we pervert this, change it, tweak it, whatever, to get maximum eyes? And they get away from the actual understanding of what these franchises legitimately meant. So manufacturing outrage, all that. Shut your fucking dumb fuck mouth. You fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's like they are. It's obviously said as a means to get you to shut up, number one, but also delegitimize anything you say because they want to present it as if it's not genuine, your position or your views. Now look,
you can only have outrage as a response to something.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just go on. I can't just go in front of a microphone and say I'm going to be angry about this today. No, we've got a space. We've got a geek space. We're all fucking nerds. You know, this is.
I know, right?
You know, all the shit that I got. It's all just fucking green screen. It's all just green screen. Don't care. You know, I've been on the planet nearly 50 fucking years. You know, all this is just fucking. It's just backdrop stuff. You know, it's like, when you're fucking 30, 40 years into loving franchise and loving Ian Jackson, Steve Jackson, and the Ian Livingstone books, whatever it may be. You know, you Conan, watching Conan, Arnold Conan. Science fiction, Star Trek, Star Wars. When you're 30, 40 years into that and you get Soulless Corp, hire Dickless Bint to write fucking dog shit trash, and you don't want us to have a fucking response to this shit, then you're part of the fucking problem.
Straight up.
You are fucking part of the problem. And the reason why something like The Acolyte gets fucking cancelled is because people have had a fucking enough. And so, do you know the best thing to do? And one of the things that I like to do personally is to get in front of a microphone and put on my little fucking C920 webcam, like a standard fucking basic bitch streamer with my Shure.
Literally, that's what I got too.
With my Shure microphone,
right?
Yeah, and mock the shit out of it. Because that is the best fucking way to deal with this trash. To point at it and mock it into oblivion. The very people that want to shame you for not accepting Stunning and Brave or inclusion and diversity. This show's great because it's got these melanin levels, or show's great because it's finally representative of somebody that sticks their genitalia into this orifice. And that's the only thing that they can ever talk about when it comes to the show. Not the great characterization, not the great stories, not the great world, not the great universe, not the great development that's going on, not how everybody's going to have a great time. No, we're being told what we've got to fucking like.
We're
being told what we've got to fucking accept. And so I get my fucking Shure microphone and my little fucking C920 and I put my little webcam on and I go on my OBS and I go, you fucking shit. And I make fun of it.
That's it. I mean,
that drives the fucking, the file, whatever you want to call them, the weirdos, insane because they know it's true. They know it's shit. They know this is trash. They know this is antithetical to what it actually stood for, but they're only there to get basic ass fucking
it's all ideological for them. That's it. It's all ideological for them. So for them, and this is what's crazy to me. It's like, hey, you would rather them just to take it to the church. You're like, they don't actually. When I see those TikToks, I don't believe they actually like fucking Star Wars, right? And I ain't trying to just play this whole like, hey, it's like elitism shit, or like even this isn't even what I mean by gatekeeping. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe these motherfuckers are actually into. It can be Star Wars, Marvel. I mean, choose your property, right? But in this case, we're talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Not only because they don't show up. I mean, that's the main thing right there is that they don't show up at all. But you would rather them continue to make something that is unprofitable. Not unprofitable. That's not even a proper term because that insinuates that they could at least break even. You would rather them continue to make shit that will lose them money just so you can take it to your ideological enemy, because that's what you prioritize overall. You don't prioritize making material that is tasteful, respectful towards the Star Wars brand and its lore. You want them to make it and continue to make it because you think it makes the people that you despise angry and upset, right? And that's a shitty reason, right? I would say to be into it for the way that they are, but that goes to show that they're not actually intrigued by it, because I'm looking at it from the business perspective. Obviously, if I have something that I like or property that I enjoy, I want you to continue to make more of it, right? And I understand in order to make more of it, you have to make money. You have to get some sort of return. You have to make smart business decisions. If you don't do that, well, I'm not going to see you anymore. So instead of cutting their losses, understanding that, okay, well, this was something that was niche. It was not really liked by the audience. You're getting mad because they decided to say, we are moving on from it. And it was actually surprising. I think we spoke about this on George's show as well. It's like you generally expect something like this for them because they're already ideologically, I mean, they're entrenched in it, right? They're balls deep into this stuff and it's company wide, that they would, for the sake of ideology, keep on with the charade. But because they pulled the plug on it, that lets you know how bad it had to be. That even them, and whose decision do you think this was? Do you think this was over Kathleen Kennedy's head? That even more people were like, her superiors were even like, guys, we just can't do it anymore.
Honestly, I think that they sat in a room and went, we just wasted $180 million fucking dollars. That's what I honestly think happened.
Yeah.
We put $180 million into this and we got fucking nobody signing up for Disney Plus. It has been mocked into oblivion. I'll ask you a question.
Yeah.
Of all the Marvel Disney Plus shows, right? How many got a season 2?
None of them that I can think of. One? Which one was it?
Loki.
Yeah. Loki, yeah.
Loki was the only show to get a season 2 out of all of the Disney Marvel shows, right? How many good fucking TV shows over, let's just think 20 years. You don't have to give examples, just think in your head. Chat, join me on this one. How many shows have you seen over the last 20 years that you really fucking liked the first season of, legitimately really liked, and it never got past the first season? It just never. I
think we all have that.
Yeah, there's a lot. Great shows that I just watched and you're like, oh man, they cancelled it after one season. Oh, fucking hell. Oh man, really? Damn, I was enjoying that. Or maybe a couple of seasons back. That's life.
Yeah.
That is unfortunately life when it comes.
You got to understand it. You may like something that just
doesn't land. It just doesn't hit.
Yeah,
it doesn't land.
and that's okay. It happens
for whatever reason, whether or not it just doesn't hit the public zeitgeist. They put it out of order, the episode's out of order, which fucks a lot of shit up, by the way. They put it up against really popular TV shows, which just bury it. For whatever reason that happens, that we get that. Now just look at the utter dog shit that us outraged manufacturers are responding to now. Yeah? This isn't getting fucking cancelled due to fucking outrage manufacturer or people, blah, blah, blah. This is getting cancelled because this is the trashiest of the fucking trash. Because the ideology is seeped in so much that they have pushed people with good ideas that might not fit into their ideology out the door.
Absolutely.
And they've brought people in with terrible ideas that ideologically fit to create shows that they know nothing about, in franchises that they don't understand, to deal with themes they don't get. That's where we are. There was no fucking reason on God's green earth why the Acolyte should ever have got a season 2. And we had the proof by watching season 1. That was all the proof we needed.
Said it in more ways than one, bro. There was no way that deserved. If you're talking deserved, if we're talking merit, things that matter, the quantifiable, there's no reason that they didn't have the numbers. They didn't have the fan base. They couldn't flip the merch, right? They didn't have a Baby Yoda, right? There was nothing there for people to cling to. It was just space, lesbians, and that was it. And that was nobody was really genuinely intrigued by it. And therefore, if I'm looking at the numbers, and I see I've sank $180 million into this damn thing, and I've got no return, and it's not gonna go up from there, bro. That's it. You could have maybe justified it if, let's say, those last 2 episodes, absolute fucking bangers. Mm-hmm. You had sign-ups out the wazoo, right? People are just stoked. They was just a fucking banger. Okay. But you were on a decline steadily. There was zero reason that Disney, if they were thinking logically, which they don't do often. We covered it on the show, all the stupid, retarded shit that Disney does these days because they care so much about ideology and just basically leftist authoritarianism is essentially the positions that they have adopted. So it had to be especially bad. They couldn't justify it as at all. They were looking at it and I'm sure the roundtable discussion that they had, they were attempting to. I'm sure they all made their case. I'm sure Leslie Headland said, guys, this is my lifelong dream. I want to make this thing happen. And they're simply looking at the numbers and said, guys, we can't justify it. There's no money in it. We spent too much. We're not getting a return and it's on the decline. So for the low viewership or ratings essentially that it had, in whatever way you want to put that, got worse as time progressed.
Yes.
So there's nothing to be done. There's nothing that can be done to salvage this. So it's done. That's it. It's and any competent, and oftentimes, going back to my original point, Disney does not make competent decisions these days. This was one of them. It was totally reasonable for them to say, we can't make it make sense. There's no money in this. If we keep investing in this shit, we're going to hurt ourselves. So we are going to cut our losses. Fuck this storyline. It doesn't tie into shit anyway. We're cutting our losses. We're out. So I respect it.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you?
Well, if I was ideologically obsessed, I'd be maybe mad because, I got a kicking out of making ripping a Silverback mad.
Okay. So this is where it does actually get my goat a little bit. It's like, when did you become a political organization? You're
point.
not. You're an entertainment organization.
Yeah.
Your politics should be making entertainment. Yeah. That's your politics.
Yeah.
So to say, this nonsense that we've heard about, it's a brave new step. It's a bold direction for Star Wars, The Acolyte. Why? What was the bold direction? To have another retarded fucking bad boy shipping storyline that made no fucking sense, had no fucking mystery, led nowhere, had a guy that was alive and a Jedi Master 40 years before he's even fucking born because the bint who wrote the episode had never seen Star Wars in her life and just went, can I use this guy? And it went, fuck it, who cares?
No, who cares? Nobody knows what's going on around here.
Just absolutely retarded shit like that. There was no
Go for it.
Fun, no mystery, no good characters, no fucking excitement. Some of the worst fucking lightsaber fights that I've seen because they were clearly trying to hide most of it behind fucking trees. And then they get two fucking Asian guys fight each other and they say, hey, do you know what would be complete and utterly totes not racist? Is if with the two Asian guys fighting each other suddenly went into a bit of crouching tiger, hidden fucking dragon dance style. And you're like, holy shit, do you know how fucking racist that comes across as if you think about it for a second? And these are the people turning around going, oh no, you should watch this show. This is probably the gayest Disney Star Wars show that's ever been. You said that, not me. That's all we got. It's marketing. Gayest fucking show. Gayest fucking this. Gayest fucking that. That's the only thing we fucking heard. The lead actress dropped a diss track halfway through the series because the show was fucking crap. And they were getting a lot of shit. So what's she? Oh yeah, let's go attack the fans. Let's go attack the fans that are sick and fucking tired of spending $10 a month, £10 a month on a streaming service that is just producing shite. If you want to charge people to watch your content better be fucking good, because then they can go to cable for fucking free or terrestrial television or whatever for fucking free. They go, fuck yeah, I'll just watch a few adverts. No fucking skin off my nose, no money out of my bank account. But when you're saying, hey, some cash dollar money for watching our fucking show. By the way, it's gonna fucking tell you how much we hate you over and over and over again. And we're going to talk about inclusion and diversity and make sure that we absolutely exclude straight white males from the show because we hate them, because that's our ideology. And then we're going to lecture you about what's fucking stunning brave and what you should like, even though we will constantly fucking shit on you in interviews, write diss tracks, fucking angry fucking media. Fuck off! Manufacturing fucking outrage. Shut your fucking mouth.
I just want you to shut up, bro. That's it. It's all it is.
Of course. Because mockery is the best way to fucking point and laugh.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, a lot of these lifers, man. I see these Star Wars lifers taking exception to whatever retarded shit's being done, and I totally understand it. Right? I totally understand why someone would be like, I've watched Star Wars my entire life, quite literally in some cases, their entire lives. This ain't it. I'm not into this shit. It creates more problems than it creates like interesting storylines and dialogue and any of that. Does it expand upon its lore? No. In fact, some people would argue that it broke a lot of that. Okay. Because the people weren't really in tune with what Star Wars was. So that super fan who's probably invested, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars in some people's cases over the years, right? Into that property, time, money, emotional investment. And they say this shit is not for me. And actually, in some ways, you told them that it wasn't for them.
Okay, if it's not for me, then you understand why people don't watch. And then you understand what the actual demographic it is that you're appealing to.
Sounds like it's not a rocket
small one.
It's almost like they don't exist.
It's not made for you. I won't watch it then. Why didn't you watch it? Because you told me it wasn't made for you.
Oh, why is it being canceled? Well, because you didn't watch it and therefore it didn't make any money and we can't afford to keep up this bullshit. So we're gone. We're done. We're going to move on to the next thing to fuck up because there's no money in it. There's no money in it. Such $80 million is a lot of money, guys. That ain't just definitely nowadays, bro. That shit's can't just be shitting that out, man. And then they shit out a product, and people weren't into it. Okay, they said, look, it's one thing if people were showing up, like, right? I've said this before. There may be things that I might not into that may have made lots and lots of money. So my opinion ultimately is an opinion. It didn't fucking matter, okay, in the grand scheme of things. It was just something that was cool to talk about, maybe that we didn't like or whatever, and we had disagreements on it, fine. But objectively speaking, more people were into it and intrigued by it. Okay, that's not this case. You didn't show up. All the lesbians on TikTok saying that they made with the fucking colored hair and nose rings and shit, saying that, hey, the Chuds, it's y'all's fault. Disney listening to y'all. It's a Rolling Stones article. Let me see if I can find that title because I want to repeat it. It's fucking unbelievable that they said this. And this is the title. Imagine this. Can the best of Star Wars survive the worst of its fans? I'm gonna put it in the chat real quick, a private chat.
Yeah.
So we can kind of take a look because some of these tweets that they share really embody how fucking retarded these people are.
Oh, they're very retarded, sir.
I mean, very extremely retarded.
Oh,
extremely retarded.
I've got floor drinks appearing out of nowhere. Yeah, can the best of Star Wars survive the worst of its fans before Star Wars can have another successful show? Well, I mean, it better start off with a successful show because after The Mandalorian Season 2...
Just get one under your belt for right now. Take it a step at a time.
One at a time. One at a time. Some vocal parts of fandom have to reckon with what they really want out the franchise. I read a statement like that, an opening statement, and I'm absolutely... I mean, I promise you I am. I'm absolutely boggled by the gall of the person writing this.
C.T. Jones, whoever the fuck.
Even attempt to pretend.
Oh, it's a black woman. So, yeah. Take that whatever way that you may.
she's
I
fucking
guess the
retarded.
story, the show is for her. I don't know if she's lesbian too. Like,
But what I would say, just by reading something like that, I would say they want a quality, compelling show with good characters. Now, I'd like to see how they can get racist, misogynist, bigot, homophobe out of that. And yet, every
very
time,
impressive.
well, what do you want?
Very
A
impressive.
well-written, well-characterized show that's compelling. Oh, you're just a misogynist. You're just a bigot. You're just racist.
Very impressive.
Can't go through the full article because we went through it yesterday.
Yeah,
I brought it up yesterday.
Yeah, basically, long story short, there was if you guys look at it, there was a tweet, and I may actually look it up right now. There was a tweet that had, oh man, it was quite the interesting tweet. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
But really, I did see the rest of this article, by the way.
Yeah, it's just
and the bottom line,
I'm not paying Forbes.
Yeah, fuck off.
So
the bottom line was, yeah, okay, they're making shit, but if they don't stop making shit, then you're not going to get any shows. And everyone's just like, we're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
We are actually okay with that. We don't need to have something, even if it's shit, just because franchise. It actually harms and hurts the brand of that franchise, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, whatever.
Imagine that.
When you have dog shit, the best thing that you can do is put it onto ice, and hopefully in a few years' time, a decade, sometimes longer, it gets picked up by people with care and attention, and more importantly, talent, who are wanting to create entertainment for everybody, for the masses.
Yeah.
Not for the minority.
Yeah. And all right, so this is the tweet. What a fucking wild tweet it was. I mean, it's just for them to say this shit in public, and obviously it was put in the article. I'll just read it because I'm trying to find the actual article.
Yes, sir.
When they spoke about it, but this is what they said. I'll just read it. Okay. All right. Imagine this. The worst part about the Acolyte being canceled isn't the cancellation itself, but knowing exactly which part of the Star Wars fan base Disney listened to in order to go ahead with this decision.
Wrong.
Says stop caving to pressure and stand your ground if you've made something bold for once.
Wrong.
So I mean, imagine being that out of touch. So I mean, this person
They're not. This is gaslighting 101.
That's also a good point.
They know they didn't capitulate to any mob on YouTube or Twitter or social media or anything like that. They saw the fucking numbers. They saw the black and white, the $180 million burnt in flames, and they went, we can't waste $180 million on shit.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to stop doing ideological stuff, because I 100% believe that we're just going to wait for next shit show. But this was something else. This was above and beyond dog shit in terms of awful characters, awful dialogue, awful acting, set pieces, plot, etc. That's what they saw the show. They didn't capitulate to anyone apart from their fucking accountant.
Yeah, man, that's the bottom line. That's what they looked at. That was the primary determinant. It's the bottom line. It's $180 million. We pissed away, quite literally, or shat away, whichever way. It was
scissored away.
Whatever analogy you want to use, it's gone. That shit's got burned up. Leslie Helen got her money, Amanda, whatever the fuck, all of them got their money. Leslie got her money.
Leslie's wife got her money.
She got her money for sure.
Leslie's friends got their money because they're all her friends from other projects. They got their money.
Metal detectors in space. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Campfires in space, mate. Campfires in space.
No, it's force detecting metal detectors. Let's get it correct. Or force detectors.
Force detecting metal detectors. Can you please get your facts right, Simon?
But yeah, it's not. It sounds like it should make sense, but I guess when you don't care, I mean, imagine appealing to that base, right? Imagine that being your target audience, people that are that economically fucking illiterate, where they think everything is about gotchas. You make shit for gotchas. You make shit to take it to the chuds, and it's about making things to specifically look. As an example, the Rippaverse tends to piss off a lot of leftists. Okay, like a lot of them. That's a side effect. And sure, maybe it's glorious, it's fun to talk about and make fun of, but I didn't create this shit to do that. They just happen to do it. That's one thing, right? I don't think I could last that long if I specifically created solely, that was it, to spite leftists. I don't think I would be that successful. So the fact that they want people to continue to create things, which is what they're advocating, let's be honest, that get no return. And in fact, it could damage the company, be it in reputation or just sheer money, right? What do they want them to invest another $180 million in a season 2 that nobody was going to watch again? Yeah, because it took it to the Chuds. Those guys you hate so much.
I would have loved it.
Well, the Chuds probably would have benefited from it the most, right?
Yeah,
because their YouTube channels, you know, the bottom line for them will look very, very good if you continue this on. But
Disney, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Your failure is my success. I'm fucking rooting. I want it all. I want season 2s of all of it.
But to them, they're like, well, it makes you mad. They think it aggravates you to the point to where, I don't know, you blow up. And therefore, it's worth continuing to sink $180 million in a project that gets no return. These people are fucking retarded.
Mm.
I mean, it's bottom line. And again, imagine that's all you have right now, Disney. That's your base. It's a bunch of people. And I'm not convinced that they're fans. I keep bringing that up because I'm not convinced, though. It's like that with the comic book. We talk about the Wikipedia wonders all the time, right? The normies that say that they're so stoked on this shit and then they don't show up or they pirate the shit, right? Like, those are your fans. That's who you're catering to. They'll make TikToks about it, but they won't go pay for a Disney Plus subscription. So congratulations.
No, they'll go to CaptainJackSparrow.com and pull it down from there.
Well, just so they can talk about it and post about it.
But this is, I mean, this here is a movie that's just made $1.2 billion at the box office, which is, to me, regardless if you like the film, dislike the film, I loved it personally. I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun. Mauler doesn't like it. Gary thinks it's okay. So all the presenters of the Real BBC different opinion on this film. One thing that we can completely and utterly agree is 1.2 million. That's made a lot of fucking money.
That's why I said if you don't like it, and ultimately it is what it is. It doesn't really.
But look at this. This is the fucking tweet by Variety. Due to the sheer lack of compelling options, Deadpool and Wolverine is expected to top the box office in its 6th week of release. Yeah, we went back up to number 1 last week because Alien Romulus, people saw it. And that sort of put pain to that holding out for a second week.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
what do you? They're mad when something is successful because multiple people went, probably from all types of walks of life, and watched it, or maybe because it had 2 white male leads. They're fucking mad because it did 1.2 million. Do I think it's done its money because of 2 male white leads? No, I think it did its money because the 2 just the 2 leads, forget the fucking color. The color's irrelevant. The 2 leads are very popular people playing very popular characters.
Yeah.
In a movie which was a lot of fun, in my personal opinion, and clearly by a lot of other people.
Yeah, that's the thing that matters. Whether, you know, there's going to be those that dislike it, and what have you. And this is why I go back to what we were talking about, the Acolyte. If the Acolyte looked like that, okay,
Yeah.
on the judge, but it doesn't look like that. So the fact that people don't like it is more of a shared experience by the majority. So you're the loud minority if you're the one screaming for season 2 of fucking Acolyte. You're the loud minority, right? Or signing petitions, right? That you can't even get 50,000 fucking people to sign anyway, right? To sign your fucking free petition to have it happen again. No. Look, a lot of people, I think, especially the critic class. So that does apply to Variety and all those guys, all the access media types. I don't think that they are ever going to get over. I thought they would eventually. I was wrong. But I don't think they're ever going to get over the fact that they don't really dictate what people like anymore.
Bingo.
Like, there used to be a time where basically the opinion went through these critics, right? When they rant and rave, that's why people, I mean, they still do it, right? You get movies and video games, says so-and-so magazine said it was a 10 out of 10 or whatever the fuck, right? It happens. But nobody's now going to go support some shit just because of what the critic class is saying. And I think that the critic class and the access media class are having a very difficult time adjusting to that reality. That there are people on YouTube that people would trust their opinions over than some professionally trained dickhead, right? That says that some shit's good and it's stunning and it's brave and it's pushing the boundaries and all that, and therefore it's the greatest thing sliced bread. Since sliced bread, other people would be like, this is asshole. And I'm not gonna go watch the shit anymore. You can no longer dictate what is good and what is proper. And I don't know if they're ever gonna get used to it.
You're absolutely correct. It's control.
Oh yeah,
it's control
of the narrative for sure. Yes, absolutely.
You used to listen to a critic. Critics used to have reputation.
There was a reputation, absolutely.
I used to always watch film whatever year, because it was called Film 98 or Film 89. It was always the year that it was, and it was hosted by a guy called Barry Norman, and always used to watch because he was the critic that you watched, because you would trust what he had a lot of respect, and you'd listen to how he broke down a film, and that would kind of that sounds decent, or you go, don't watch this is a pile of poop, but he'd say eloquently because that's how they used to do that shit. But they used to have reputations. Critics used to have reputations. Whichever country you come from, every country's got their own film critics.
Yep.
Nowadays, nobody's got a reputation on Variety or discussing film,
Hollywood Reporter,
Rolling Stone magazine. Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody gives a shit, man.
They'll go watch Critical Drinker.
Yeah.
Or they'll go watch someone else like that, and they'll listen to their review. Yeah. And because Drinker puts up a review, it's got a fucking million reviews
in like 10 fucking minutes, man. Like that motherfucker is on fire. Shout out.
People will listen because they trust his opinion.
Yeah.
And he is, I would say, exceedingly fair. Again, outrageous. Oh, shut your fucking cow mouth. Stupid little bitches. He will go, Phil, and he will say if whether or not he likes it, and he'll break down why. And he does it in a very succinct, and he does it in a very entertaining way. They can't deal with that.
No,
they can't.
They're struggling with that
because they have to push an ideology. They have to push a narrative. He doesn't. Now, there is a lot of shit films coming out, which Drinker, myself, you, others will all discuss, right? And there's good films that will come out. Inverted commas, good, because we might not all agree on what's good. You know?
Yeah.
Gary watched Furiosa. Drinker watched Furiosa. They said it's a good film, but, good film. I enjoyed it, but, people aren't going to see it. Me, I didn't go see it. Why? Because I hate women. No, I didn't give a shit about the character. I did give a shit about the character in Mad Max Fury Road. And I wasn't compelled enough to spend my hard-earned money. Hard-earned money, by the way, sitting in front of a webcam talking into a shrill microphone. to go to see a character I didn't give a shit about. Now, the film might be good. There's plenty of good movies out there that other people haven't seen. There's got to be a compelling reason for people to actually see those films.
Yeah.
Just being good, as we've discussed already today, doesn't necessarily mean something's going to be successful or work
Facts.
It's got to hit that fucking beat.
Yeah, it's a beat. It's a lot that goes into why something would be a success, right? And I've brought this point up even about individual creators and how, you know, don't be so hyper focused on you know, the numbers and all that shit, because you know you make the best of what you can, but understand that just because you think it's the greatest thing to slice bread does not mean that's how the audience position. That's what the audience position is going to be. And I think the same can be said for Access Media, is that they're just not prepared for that, though. They're kind of, it's almost like they're lashing out, which is why it's insane to see, be it a Rolling Stones article or whoever the fuck, sit up here and actually go after fans. Fans, like, these are fans. Like, they have no problem naming you people that are actually fans. You're toxic. You're all these other negative things, but they're identifying you properly, at least as a fan. They're just saying that you're wrong, which is like, I'm a capitalist, bro. I believe in markets. The market says what the market says, right? How you feel about it individually, if in by and large it's saying one thing, that's what that thing is. And it's just, I think what's happened is there's been this sort of separation of like that norm. People want that normal person, right, in their position, which is why they'll watch a guy in a C920 and a Shure microphone and a Rode fucking whatever the fuck mic boom arm or some shit, saying some
We're basic bitches. We're basic as fuck.
So yeah,
we're fucking white trash and he's black.
Oh shit, yeah. So yeah, it's like just a bunch of guys that just regular people is what we're trying to say, that just has some access to some equipment that everybody that's checking also get. Like, it's very easily accessible. You don't have to buy the fucking pay a whole lot of money to make this shit happen. It's like, this is shit that everybody has, anybody can get access to. But it is due to the actual position. It's the honesty, it's the authenticity that people value. And Access Media can't give you that. It's all shield, it's all incorporated, it's all based on access, because it's like, yeah, you can push back to a degree, right? But it's got to be within it's not like totally honest, because, well, if you just go rip into some shit, they're probably going to revoke access, right? And these are people that they are mindful of that. So it's like,
okay,
a guy.
can I just interject for a second here then? Okay, so with that in mind, how can this person like Barry Norman or Roger Ebert or whoever it is go and objectively tear a movie apart or praise a movie and always be invited back? Because once upon a time there was a reputation to be had, and once upon a time there was a duty to at least try and do the best. Now we're dealing with emotionally retarded people. We're dealing with emotionally retarded people growing up on social media that don't have proper communication skills. And so they're thinking emotionally and acting and lashing out emotionally from corporations that know better and should shut their mouths. But, but as soon as you attack your customer base,
it's over with, bro. You fucked up colossally, bro. Like, it's one thing to disagree. It's one thing to, like, you know, you can have whatever position that you're gonna have, but once you start fucking attacking the fucking fans, the actual customer base, the people that are actually, you know, there, that are gonna buy the shit, you fucked up. You fucked up, and it's over. By then, it's over. It's quick, bros. Trust me. I've seen it happen a million times. Hell, we've seen it happen a lot of times where you got people that just go against their core audience and they fall off a cliff. And look, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but whatever. For whatever reason, though, you have these Access Media types and look, I think it's maybe this kind of goes into a different topic that I discuss all the time. I think this is a cultural phenomenon. It's not just with Access Media. I think it's general elitism, right? Because once upon a time, everything, comics, same thing. Because I have this video prepped that I'll be doing and going into detail about this. It's like, I think every independent creator needs to be prepared to get their ass kicked by somebody that's going to be probably younger, that may be less experienced, but they are going to be more appealing to an audience, and they're going to kick your ass. It's going to happen to every single person. It's going to happen now more than it ever has in modern history because everything is so decentralized, right? And now people are able, the barrier of entry has just been either removed or it's like lower. It's easily accessible, right? So people that generally would not have access to certain types of funding, like back in the gap, and I know I'm repeating myself for people that watch me because I say it all the time, but that context is important. Back in the gap, everybody hit a ceiling. So it's understandable why someone would sell off a property because that was as big as it was ever going to get independently. Now you can see people do some amazing things and be competitive with the mainstream by keeping it, yet still keeping it entirely independent. So here's what you're going to be dealing with for the next, I think, 4, 5, 6 years or however long, is folks that were part of the old status quo are going to get fucking mad. Why? Because they're going to feel like you didn't go through those proper channels. They're going to feel like you are getting things that they should have access to as far as eyes,
Stop
support,
counting another person's money.
It happens all the time, right?
Stop it.
That is a very bad trait to have if you are aspiring. Do not be that fucking guy pocket watching like that. Nonetheless, I think you're going to be dealing with this industry, entertainment industry wide, where you're going to get a lot of lash out, like you see with the mainstream, like you see with and by mainstream, I'm not just talking about access media. I'm talking about individual creators, right? That are also part of the mainstream, where they feel like, well, that guy that's in his fucking office talking all this shit, he didn't go through the critic class for critics at fucking Columbia University. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's not presentable as we are. Look at that. We got thousands of dollars in red cameras and shit, right? They're not the legitimate ones. We're the legitimate ones. And when that guy in his fucking bedroom using DaVinci Resolve or some fucking shit is kicking your ass, right? Sony Vegas. I don't even think they even make that shit anymore. I think it's just Vegas now, right? They have been able to edit up a video, and it's more watched than anything you could present as a professional. And people like it. People value it. They want more of it. The market's dictating that. You're going to see these folks get fucking pissed. They're going to be angry. Somebody said Windows Movie Maker. Yeah, exactly.
That's how I started off, and I ain't even fucking kidding.
Yeah.
I literally went from Windows Movie Maker to Camtasia, and I still use Camtasia today.
Yeah, I use the Visual Resolve.
Never going to change.
Exactly. So, yeah, these people are going to get mad. They're going to start lashing out, and I think people need to be prepared for this. I mean, we see it even with the mainstream as far as the news is concerned.
What does that tell you, Eric?
Yeah.
It tells you it doesn't matter how much fucking money you've got, as long as that person is compelling and interesting and has actually got something to fucking say.
Yeah, that's true.
There will be people who will tune into that above your shit.
Yep.
Your highly produced shit.
Yep.
There is a lesson to be learned right in front of your face.
Yeah, it is. It's simple as that. Anybody that would, again, analyzes markets properly would see it that way. It's just that's how it is. That's why I say you got to be prepared to get your ass. Don't be mad. Don't be sour. Look, Rippaverse is going to come around. It's on its ground. If there's going to be some young cat, fucking 25 years old, comes up with a comic book, makes fucking $10 million on it, congratulations. Market wanted it. They said they wanted it. It's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. And they may be less experienced than I am by that time, right? They may have had access to less resources. Who the fuck cares? They got the dub. They're going to lash out, though. And I think every independent creator, and that doesn't matter if you're making comics, if you're doing YouTube videos, if you're fucking making film, making some shows, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Be prepared, because these assholes don't want to feel like they've been wasting their time for the last fucking X amount of years or decades, right? You didn't go through our proper channels, so you're not legitimate. So as you use the basic bitch setup, no, you should be listening to the professional critics who are prestige in their journalism.
Getting paid $50 an article.
Yeah.
And also taking $50 bribes on Rotten Tomatoes.
Those are the true guys that matter, right? They determine what's good and what's not.
Yeah, the people that tell you what to think, as opposed to giving you some fucking critical advice, or just the ones that say you have to like this because of this reason.
Yeah.
It's got Muck Stunning and Muck
Stunning
Brave with
Brave.
cheese.
Yes. Gay space witches. That's why you should like it.
Oh yeah, you gotta like this because yeah, it's got gay space witches. Oh my god, first time we've just seen gay space witches in a Star Wars. Therefore, we're breaking new ground. Ergo, must like. By the way, they're dog shit. So's the show, the writing, the acting, the sets. Don't worry, lesbian space witches, 10 out of 10, must get a second season.
Hell, they're talking about that. It's like, can you believe? Like, I've seen everybody that does matter that I trust in terms of their opinion talk about some of these games that have come out, and there's been some crazy things, got Concord and all that. But you see what's happening with the Star Wars and at IGN and PC Gamer too. PC Gamer and IGN. Oh. IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. PC Gamer has some. Yeah, that's crazy.
IGN gave it IGN.
Yeah.
IGN out of 10.
IGN gave. Oh man, I wish I could see what PC Gamer said. Something that was fucking. Yes, this is what they said. Not even joking, guys. This is the title of the article. Boy. Star Wars Outlaws is the most Star Wars a Star Wars game has been since Star Wars Galaxies. That's what PC Gamer said. I'll show you the article right here. That's what they said. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And what the way they made that chick look is a goddamn tragedy, travesty. It's all the Travis things. Yeah, that's what IGN said. Even in comparison to even the more recent Star Wars stuff, Jedi Survivor and everything that people had fond memories of, they said Star Wars Outlaws is more Star Wars than that.
Well, that's got a ginger cracker in it, so you know they don't want to like that.
Man, that's also true. And somehow they can make
things to get fucked off.
Somehow they can make Jerome look exactly like Jerome. I call him that because a guy.
And crazy, huh?
Crazy. He's just looks exactly like
him. Exactly, like literally, he walks in the room like fucking hell.
Yeah, it's Jerome, right? But
but
unfortunately, with this chick or some of these other chicks, they have uglified them to fucking hell.
Uglified them, cut the tits off.
Yeah. It's impressive.
You can't have men attracted to women, you know. But you can thirst trap a guy though from a woman's perspective. So you can thirst trap a guy, but you can't have an attractive woman anymore. You just got to have a dowdy fucking Karen, or in her case, meth face, because it looks like she's got fucking latter state. I called it Reno face. She's got Reno face. Fucking teeth are all gone. Fucking, she's going around the galaxy getting spiced up. You know what I mean?
Well, they think it's the most Star Wars that it's ever been. I mean,
what does that mean to them?
That's a good question.
I think it means they don't have to actually say anything in a title. That's what I think it says.
So this is what he said. When I first fired up Star Wars Outlaws, I was looking forward to getting stuck into two of my favorite hobbies: being disappointed by Ubisoft open world games and disappointed by Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
He says, well, Ubisoft, you've really screwed up his plans, haven't you? Because Outlaws is a very good time and a very Star Wars game. That's what PC Gamer Fraser Brown said 3 hours ago. That article was posted 3 hours ago. Not even joking.
What does that even mean?
It's the most Star Wars that it's ever been since Galaxies. As far as the game is concerned, that's what I'm just relaying the message.
I know.
That's what Fraser Brown said, and IGN's giving it a 7 out of 10. So, shout out. And I mean, it's a lot of interesting things happening in gaming right there. You got that. You got this Concord shit. You got this Dustborn shit going on.
Hear about Concord?
I heard nobody's playing it.
Yeah, people are struggling to find teams because no one's playing it. But did you hear that it had a lower player count than Lord of the Rings Gollum?
Oh, wow.
There was about 680 people on.
And I'm willing to bet the people that are playing it for the memes. Most of them are like, that's interesting. Dude, that's terrible.
I want to play a morbidly obese black woman with vitiligo who's gay. because that's what I'm looking for when I'm doing tank, pushes on
arenas and shooters and all that shit. Yeah.
Oh.
Sounds like a great time there.
Yeah, I never played Unreal Tournament because I couldn't find out which hole they put their genitalia in before I went and captured the flag. And so I had to stop. All right, sir, I am not playing your game, sir. I will not capture the flag, sir, until I have fucking LGBTQIA plus representation in this game. Because that's what matters. Fuck your gameplay. Fuck your modes.
Look, I don't. Well, we talked about this on Tuesday night's main event. Have you heard about the whole economic situation with Dustborn?
Oh, isn't this funded in some way? Government funded?
Almost
in some
exclusively, from what I'm picking up, exclusively funded by Norwegian taxpayers. So shout out to the Norwegians. Thanks. You got taxed, and you already get taxed to hell if you live in Scandinavia. You get taxed.
Norway is insane.
You already get taxed to hell out there. So yeah. So at least the good news is that your money is going to these sort of weird games that they're making to spite American quote unquote right wingers. So shout out to the European Union.
Robin in the Hood was partly funded by the Canadian government.
There you go, man. So you mean tell me these things? There's no actual incentive to make these in the market, huh? You got to get it state funded. Amazing how that works. And think about it. We talked about this last night. I mean, think about it.
So
what incentive?
Taxpayers' money.
It's stolen funds. Okay, so people are stealing the money. They're redistributing it to you. I mean, to me, that's the perfect setup. If you were to do a vanity project, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Now, putting your own money into it, that's a different color.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. When you got skin in the game, it's a little different. You probably don't make Dustborn. You got skin in the game, you're probably not interested in that. But when the taxpayers are subsidizing you and they're just giving the shit away, fuck it. Vanity project it is.
Do you know anything about Dustborn, by the way?
From what Madam Savvy has let us in on, yes. And it sounds fucking like a look. When I was seeing it, I saw clips, I saw all of that. I thought it was a parody. I thought you think that it was somebody that was making fun of leftists.
Yes. But that's where we are. That is where we are right now.
Can't tell the difference anymore.
They're doing it better than we ever could.
When they say you're racist, like that's a fucking
racist. And do you know what ability they did to get that out? Triggered,
yeah.
It's an action, just like gaslighting and cancel culture. These are abilities in the game,
bro. You come on, man. It's got to be a gag.
Oh, sorry. The they them whose power is gaslighting was complaining about misinformation, and your power's gaslighting.
This man, yeah, man. I don't think anybody could have made a better parody. I don't think someone that was like actually trying to make fun of it could have made it better. Because this, I can't tell the difference. Because when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's a parody. There's no way this shit's real. It's a gag. They're making fun of leftists, and then you're gonna find out like, nah, they just wanted to make it that way." And I'm like, what is going on?
What is wrong with these people?
They're dead serious.
What is wrong with these people? What is wrong? What happened to you? Show me on the soy latte where it hurt you. You know, Star Wars Outlaws is the most Star Wars game has been since.
That's what Fraser Brown said. A PC gamer, guys.
Are you fucking retarded, Fraser? What is wrong with you, Fraser? What the fuck is that, Fraser?
Hey, that's what
is this? What is this? Looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah, the modeling is weird. And look, I get it.
I get it.
Oh well,
I get
now,
it.
Look, man, I high side know people's looks.
This looks like a
is
guy
one
who
thing.
gets face fucked by Mr. Bean in prison.
But come on, man. Of all people that look like someone that will write that article, come on, guys. I mean,
This
look,
is
I know
the guy
stereotypes
who's
are supposed
the
to be
middle
bad,
of
I
the
get it.
Eiffel Tower
Demographic.
between Pee Wee Herman.
Come on, man. But if like I said, I'm one to high side on people's looks, and I don't do that as much anymore. But come on, bro. If I was like, hey, multiple choice, I had a various group of like 4 people. And they're like, who do you think wrote this article? I'm selecting that guy 10 times out of 10. That picture right there. That looks like a guy that would write this article. But yeah, he said, hey, there's criticisms about the world's being empty. He says, no, it's the opposite. You just don't believe your lying eyes. So yeah, shout out to everybody that got Star Wars Outlaws. Hope it's money well spent. It is really unfortunate to the actor who his likeness is used in this game, because they made you look like shit. And that's unfortunate. Maybe you should join. This is Disney, right? Maybe you should join Gina Carano's lawsuit for discrimination, because Jerome from Jedi Last Order or whatever the fuck, they somehow made him look, granted, yeah, different company or whatever, but they made him look exactly like how he looks in person. Like, I mean, it's his face. Hell, even the chick from Mad TV, what's her name? Deborah, whatever the fuck, that's in everything. As the black chick. What's her name? She's like in every fucking show, every like video game now. What's her name? She was from Mad TV.
Oh, with the big eyes.
Yeah, the big eyes. Yeah, her.
Yeah.
They even made her look exactly like her.
Yeah, she looks exactly like she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Deborah Wilson. Yeah, that's her name.
Deborah Wilson, yeah.
So yeah, she looks that way, but man, they fucked her up, man. Holy shit. They fucked that woman up. Golly. Sucks, but I don't know. What else does Ubisoft have on the? What the fuck is this? Well, I'm actually curious now.
Ubisoft, they have Assassin's Creed Black Samurai coming up.
They do, yeah.
Which has managed to piss off the whole of Japan. Yeah. And I think it's also pissed off about 90% of black people by now as well, with all the shit, the fucking footage that's come out of the most fucking stereo fucking typical black person a white person could ever imagine in a video game. Sorry, that's insulting to white people. I meant white leftist.
Yeah, of course.
They talk like this, don't they? They like this type of music, don't they?
Yep, gotta have hip hop music, even when you're jumping off buildings and Spider-Man, because that's the swagger of a young black teen.
Young black teen. Owning the swagger. Oh my God.
That was a thing.
That actually was. Right side of history, dude. I'm quite happy.
The exaggerated swagger.
The exaggerated swagger, yeah. Of a young black teen.
Of a young black teen. Fuck. And to really signify how cool he was, you know, when he jumps off start hearing like hip hop music, when you start swinging around, because it's the only type of music black people listen to. And
yes.
That makes sense. Even in a setting, like don't trust my word for anything. Anytime there's a black character getting introduced to anything, it's gonna be rap music. You can have a character like Black Panther, right? Mm-hmm. And remember when Avengers put finally brought in T'Challa, right? And they had the big reveal. Hip hop, motherfuckers from Africa.
Eric, I don't mean to call you out, but in the heart of darkness, in 1900s Africa, deep in the tribal culture, they were listening to hip.
They were listening to hip hop. Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's fair enough.
So can you please get that hate out of
Yeah.
your mouth?
That's fair enough. That makes it. It makes sense to have Black Panther listening to whenever he appears to be listening to hip hop music. That makes all the sense in the world. Gotcha.
And Wakanda is the capital of Africa.
Yes. Apparently, a very rap and hip hop oriented. That's their preference in music. Fuck. These companies, man.
Wait, what?
So we still have it before we got super. I know we gotta get super chat at some point.
I
But
know. I'm just going to show you this for a second. Company, come play out. I think it's meant to be our DEI game. Gamers, I would rather have sex with
damn,
Hitler.
that is rough.
Sex with Hitler, the video game, is doing better than Congo.
Well, these indie developers are fucking out of line. The fact that there's a gay.
There is a game called I Would Sex with Hitler.
Indie devs are crazy.
Eric, can you stop making these games, please? Stop it.
Man, it's just my little side project, man.
I know you're doing well with the Rippaverse and everything, but you just, come
That's
on.
my vanity project.
Yeah. What is Sex with Hitler is a unique blend of visual novel and top-down shooter. Oh God. I don't even know what
a Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day has sex with Hitler.
Sex with Hitler, Sunday Fun Day coming this upcoming week.
Coming this week. Be there or probably be not anti-Semitic, I guess.
Fucking shit, dude. That is wild. I mean, Concord, dude. Oh
I mean, look, I'm not.
Thinking,
look, if I could just be serious for a minute, I don't want to be flippant. Obviously, Mustache Man bad.
Yeah, very bad.
But I kind of get it. I kind of understand why.
Fuck, that's rough, bros. That is that is rough.
That is its all-time peak. By the way, somebody during the stream did a quick check. It was on about 167, I think 167 people playing Concord.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to find any game. That game's dead on arrival.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Concord cost somewhere in the region of 120 million to make, which I can't believe.
They're going to lose money keeping the servers up.
Oh yeah, they'll be.
Like, that's going to put them in the negative alone.
Sex with Hitler is Mein Kampf. I guess it is, really. Yes, it is.
Fuck.
I think it will be a struggle to play
that's got to be rough.
That is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity.
So before we start reading super chat, what's going on with Rings of Power?
It's starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right?
Yeah. You got anything to say about it?
Good luck.
Yeah.
And
have fun. Okay, there's that one done.
Well, shout out to all the Disparus, the Neurotics, the As. Everybody's gonna make money off of this, suffering through that. Shout out. That's what I have to say about Rings of Power. Yellow Flash in the chat. Shout out.
Shout out Yellow Flash.
The mighty Golden Patriot coming very, very soon.
I'm seeing it's about 100. It is actually 100 to 120 $120 million budget for Concord.
There's no way that, yeah, like I said, they're effectively losing money. It's hard to at least lose money like that on a game, but that they're losing even more. So that budget's going to go up by just simply keeping those servers running. It may be one of those that they got to cut their losses, like tomorrow. Like will we be surprised if on a Friday morning they come out and say, guys, we tried, we can't afford to keep this shit up. Once our trial, wherever we get our fucking servers, Digital Ocean trial,
You can't look what happened with Anthem. That was gone in fucking 60 seconds.
Yeah. They can pull the plug on that if they wanted to.
And that sold 3 point something million.
Yeah, this ain't getting nothing.
But they wanted 10 million, but it sold 3.3 in the first week. They're expecting 10 million in the first week.
Yeah.
And that just
cut your losses.
Holy shit.
Cut your losses. Because ain't nobody playing that shit. And imagine that. Get this game where it's supposed to be like, character driven as far as it's like these different types of, arena shooter, whatever the fuck, whatever the technical term that they call these days. And you give them the most weird, bizarre characters to play as that look like shit. Who's making decisions?
Don't you want to play as a far leftist
Overwatch
dream
or whatever? Yeah.
I've left it. That is Overwatch.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. That is Overwatch.
Eric,
fuck.
I got some good news. Not only is Sex with Hitler a real game that is on Steam,
shit on sale.
It's £1.29 to buy.
Oh, easy buy, yeah.
There's also a Sex with Hitler 2.
Oh shit, we got the sequel.
And a Sex with Hitler 2069.
Okay. Oh, those devs are out of control, bro.
There's also a Sex with Hitler 3D.
VR? That's
one can only hope.
Oh man, DLC perhaps for some of those.
If Sex with Hitler's your thing, you are catered for. You are catered for.
That's wild. Them devs is wild, bro.
All on Steam, available on Steam right now. Chat, why is the fucking player count for Sex with Hitler gone up since this stream started?
That man's just promoting this Sex with Hitler. And I guess there's an audience apparently.
I am looking at you, chat. I am looking at you.
Chat, y'all gotta fucking relax, man. And shout out Elton John, by the way. We would never support this type of shit. By the way, Elton John, because I'm pretty sure that if there was a person that was stigmatizing AIDS, it was Hitler. So we don't condone any of that shit. And we appreciate the work that you do at the Stigmatizing AIDS Foundation.
Shout out Tim Sweeney.
Tim Sheridan.
Sorry, Tim. Tim, that was not passive aggressive.
Man.
I legitimately forgot your name. But you're still welcome on the show, Sheridan boy. To talk about truck stop sex.
Fuck.
Wild Bike Camper has been a member for 11 months. Bashy Washy, you're not going to give me Sex with Hitler.
Oh, fucking hell. So it finds out it's on his wish list and shit. Fucking hell, ass. Oh man.
Has been a member for 11 months. By the way, Eric, I don't want to break the dealers, but I'm pretty sure that Hitler wouldn't stigmatize AIDS. I'm just saying. Cooley with a $10 says Ripper the Silverback is back. Yes, it is, baby.
Know it.
Horseman is definitely my most anticipated Ripperverse comic until the next one.
Oh, got blues after that.
I am looking forward to some fucking Horseman. It's looking fucking.
Yeah, man, we got something special for y'all. Y'all saw a little
Babies.
teaser. We just released
Yeah.
that teaser. So Horseman's gonna be massive, man. That I really feel good about that, man. That's gonna be a nice addition to the Ripperverse.
What
For
else do you
sure.
think it's going to be massive? I nearly had him. I fucking nearly had him. Oh, his defenses were down. I fucking stuck my Trojan horse at the doorway, but he wouldn't let it in.
Oh man.
Nones gifting 10 memberships to the stream. Nones, thank you. Appreciate it, sir. DB has been a member for 11, says Eric, will you please stop failing in as Starfield voice? Amazing how actually delivering a product on time is actually what the customers want.
I'd imagine that. Imagine that. Can you imagine?
Do you know what I can imagine?
What's that?
That in approximately a week's time, it's going to be 1 year since the Starfield rant.
Really?
Yes, sir. So I think we have to do a video about a year on.
Absolutely.
Without trying to blow my load, nobody's playing the game. Nobody's talking about the game. However, people are still telling me how much it doesn't matter to me.
Ain't that something?
I know, crazy.
Imagine that.
Woo. Devil's Advocate with a €10 says, Eric, hast thou parlayed towards us the glorious tale how DSP ended his exile and returned as our king, to rule benevolent and wisely, and to felt his enemies as he did the lonely peasant.
Yeah, apparently with the review tech and all that shit, like they gave him open and DSP's on the fucking what would you call it? The return tour or what have you.
King of Hate.
It's interesting. So shout out.
I did. Did you watch the June the King documentary on?
I only saw a bit of it. I saw the casino guys watching it, and I watched it through them when they were watching it with DSP. But I hadn't watched it like in its entirety. And I just only saw some of the clips.
Isn't there a DSP one coming that's 4 fucking hours long?
Apparently there is one. Yeah.
No, I mean a new one.
Oh, another? Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I think, he said something about he had been contacted or something that he was going to be. There was going to be one, and this was not supposed to blow up in the way that it did because this was like a filler documentary essentially, and sounds like a lot of people wanted to see it.
Okie dokie. Dan Vasquez been a member for 12 months. Hail ripping a silverback. Stealers of streaming time slots.
No, rightfully so.
Rightfully
They moved to a new time slot.
Role.
Yeah, exactly.
Know your place.
No, motherfuckers. So they are, I believe it's 4 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong. They're gonna be moving to 4 p.m. I believe going forward.
Where?
And yeah.
Where can you find them?
What do y'all I didn't know. No, they don't alternate. I think that's all on Beardo's channel, where they do bro science and shit. But yeah, they're no longer on our time slot anymore, where they would come in like 30 minutes after we went live or something like that. Or was it before? 30 minutes before.
Annihilated in viewership.
But trying to piggyback off our fucking audience. Yeah. So now they knew their place. Our lawyers got in contact, made sure we got this shit situated, and now they're moving over to a new time, which is gonna be after our show. So yes. Shout out Dan and fucking Beardo.
So go watch it on a channel. Some channel, a man with a beard's channel or something. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. I know Dan Vask's channel though.
Yeah.
DB with a £2 says, until the product is delivered, you are an investor. Maybe that does need to change.
Perhaps.
Bashy Washy with a $50 says, so this is your gameplay, young Black Stanley. You bought Indiegogo to screw the real comics people that worked hard for 3 years to draw one page. You win again, but this is the last win, sir. I wish you $1 million. Oh, hi, Az. I didn't see you there. Hi, Bashy Washy. Do not gift me Sex with Hitler. I want Sex with Hitler 2069.
Get him 3D. That's the version that he has on the wish list. But no, yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll find a way to blame that on me. I'm secretly working with Indiegogo or some shit to take it to the fucking, I don't know who the fuck knows. Everything's my fault, if you didn't know.
Josh Kelsey dropping a 20. Josh, thank you.
Shout out.
Love you, Josh. Thank you, sexy guy. Stephen DeLeon with a $10. God, this is going to have something to do with fucking microwave tea. What's up, Black Stanley, Black Walt Disney? And if it isn't the tea drinking wanker who grew up on the mean streets of Kensington. Hashtag shout out West Texas.
Shout out West Texas.
Hashtag kettles are gay. God. Dude, I want to talk to you. I'll talk maybe on Sunday. I'll talk about my beautiful coffee machine. It's so Graf Weber, the $2 says, for fuck's sake! Cancel Disney Plus. I have. I honestly have. Zeke Zion has been a member for 27. Thank you, sir. Enoch Mamon with a $2 says, will Ripper stream Dustborn? Preferably.
Don't count on that, man.
24 hours.
Do not count on it. There's a lot of things that I would do, like I had to gag. We're just gonna have a little. That's not one of them.
Hear me out. I know you're a busy man, but hear me out. Start a Dustborn stream and go for as long as you can stand. How long can you stand playing Dustborn? If you do that, I'll make a deal with you. You do that, I'll play Dustborn and see if I can beat
my time.
Yes.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna like spontaneously combust like live on stream.
I think it's a pretty good deal.
Oh my god, that sounds so rough. That sounds rough, bro. Torture, actually. Fuck. Shout out Enoch Mamon.
Yeah. Bruce with a 15-month membership. Bruce, good to see you, bud. And Bruce with a $5 says, I'm still waiting on books that are well over a year late. Going forward, if it ain't Ripperverse, Rippersend, or a handful that I trust, I'm out. Do you know, Bruce has brought up a really good point here. Rippersend could change a lot of fucking things. Dude, here.
Y'all need to be hitting us up, man. Like we, you know, and look, we all, yes, this is a sale. I am a salesman. We do offer, please do understand that we do offer full publishing, obviously, but we also offer each of the things that I guess would come with publishing individually. So if you are one of those that hosts your own campaign, but you need to really see it over the finish line, fulfillment, all that stuff, and that's all you want us to handle, we can do that. We can do that for you. We also can host your campaign if you want us to do that as well. So there's a lot of different things that we can do for sure. And you guys know that that's one thing that we have down pat as far as everything is concerned is the delivery. We will get it to the customers at an affordable rate. So yeah, if there's any creators out there, because I know it can be a headache, definitely the fulfillment aspect, hit us up.
It's not just for books.
Yeah, it's not just for books either. I don't go.
I think I'm okay saying this. I am in the process of booking a meeting.
Yeah,
to discuss shifting all HVB merch onto Rippercent.
Yeah, we've talked. I think we've even mentioned that publicly already.
Yeah, we have mentioned it, but
yeah. So absolutely.
Now there's actually a meeting, sort of.
Yeah, it's getting legit. It's getting legit.
It's getting fucking real now.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like we can host your stores, all that. Like everybody will see the new site with Ecumenical Chronicles Green, and yeah, you'll see kind of how it looks. But yeah, we can do general store hosting, all that stuff. You want the merchandise to run through us? Absolutely, we can do every bit of that. So most definitely, you should, if you want, be able to take advantage of, and everything that we do is obviously very creator friendly. So yeah,
we're looking at ripping the Silverback merch. We're looking.
Oh
at
yes, we are looking hard.
Schlurpo merch.
We're gonna go crazy.
Schlurpo or Schlurpo story. Legalize Adulthood gifting 20 memberships to the stream. Legalize Adulthood, man, you are just fucking insane. Absolutely insane. And Legalize Adulthood with a hundo IGG is protecting their brand. Correct. Plain and simple. Correct. Yeah. Too many creators are welching on the deal they made with backers. Screams for the bankers as he runs through the Star Wars Outlaws warehouse, laughing at how many stacks of unpurchased inventory. No, yeah, all jokes aside, Legalize Adulthood with the other stuff, you are absolutely right. It is things like this don't materialize unless they are having a problem with people on the site actually fulfilling whatever their thing is.
Yep.
And the customers gotta have some sort of protections because they'll go elsewhere.
Yep. Can't blame them.
And I gotta say, do you know something? I actually have to say this. The few times that I've backed from Kickstarter, I've not had a problem.
Well, I think a lot of that has to do, and this is why one of the reasons why they're making the adjustments. Like I said, as far as how they disperse of money and how people launch multiple campaigns, Kickstarter has a lot more in place than what Indiegogo does. So I think that's why that experience has been like that. And again, I think maybe initially it didn't really hurt Indiegogo's bottom line, but I think now maybe it's getting to a point to where they want to grow, they want to improve, and that's an aspect of the company that they need to improve on, right?
Honestly, Johan Naxos with a $10 has I got burned real hard on a 3D printer project on Indiegogo, and I've never backed anything crowdfunder ever again. Been 8.5 years. I'm still out $450. That's a lot of money.
Fuck, dude.
I'll never see the printer or the dollars back.
I hate to hear stories like that, man.
No, it's not good. But even in the smaller, the books that I backed on Indiegogo never received, and books which are years late, which can just go straight in the bin. CJ with a $10 says, "Hail Eric and Az, looking forward to the Horseman." Hell yeah. Hey Az, you'll be happy to know there is Silverback representation in Black Myth. Come on, my son. Looking forward to your streams. Yes, I will be playing Wukong on Friday.
There you go.
And we'll stick a little bit of time in it on Friday. I'm gonna have some fun. Looking forward to it. I saw Mr. Porkchop play the other day. He was awful. Awful. But my God, that game looks fucking sexy. It looks beautiful, man.
Yeah, I remember doing a video on that a long time ago, man. It's really cool.
They even told Sweet Baby Inc. to go fuck off.
Go fuck themselves.
Kalioth with a $10 says, to get the true ratings of the Acolyte, remove the number of reviewers doing it for journalism. Probably can drop it another 25%. Truth on the side of their audience revealed. It's a loud footnote.
Yeah.
Did it to themselves. This is all self-inflicted. No fucking YouTuber or...
No, but we had nothing to do with it.
No, sir. Flat Jack with a £2 says, can you wish Tommy a happy birthday, please? Tommy! Happy birthday, dude. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day, mate.
Shout out.
Zodlander with 100 Swedish says, when I grew up and I told my friend I saw a show with lesbian space witches, they would ask me for a link. Yes. That would be the... I've just watched a show with fucking lesbian space witches. I'll be... What's it called? Now, I'm good. I'm fine. Now, when they ask me the same question, I say it's not that. Just go to another site. Oh. All the sexiness is gone as well. DJ with $100. Hey guys, stuff's been pretty great. Oh, DJ, you're. Thank you.
That ain't cheap, man. That was a lot of money.
Real Darth Ghostface, please, can you stop posting Nazi flags in the chat? I am offended, sir. DJ, thank you so much, you fucking wonderful sausage. Rising Justice with a $10 says, due to procrastination, I feel a need to take some accountability and say my goals publicly. This time next year, I will have my first novel written and published by Rippercent.
Essentially,
mark my words, Eric and Az. All right, what date are we on? We're on the 28th of August. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. Calling shots. I respect it.
Let's fucking go. Make it happen then. Rising, make it happen. The Internet Help Desk has been a member for a month. Be honest. Do you think Disney / Star Wars can actually ever recover? Great stream.
Nothing short of a cleaning house and getting some people that care about it, which is the most unrealistic thing. That's the problem. It's not going to happen, but that would be what would have to happen if it was going to ever return to form. Yeah, with what we got now, no, not even no. There's no way it can. The brand is arguably irreparably damaged. Yeah. It needs this generation. Holy shit. Yeah. It needs icing, removing from Disney, placing into the hands of people that actually legitimately care about the franchise and wants to just create good stories, not fucking ideological stories that have got nothing to do with shit. But I personally think right now it's beyond repair. It's actually legitimately beyond repair. Just like Star Trek, just like Doctor Who, these things are beyond repair. Yeah. SWA with a $10 says Star Wars, Hail to the Fellowship, Star Wars, Hail to the Fellowship and the Ripperverse. Thank you, SWA. Legalize adulthood with a $20 says Shouty Man is appearing on Eric's video. Wait. This is Shouty Man's channel, and Eric is the one shouting. I know. Holy race reversals, Batman. Calm yourself, Robin. It's just two citizens having a lively discussion. Yeah. Yes, sir. Even Shouty Man has to wait sometimes for the shout to happen. True. Zodlander with a 50 Swedish says, I don't care what color of the writer was. It's about the story. Fuck race and gender. Just don't bore me and make sense. I'll buy a good book. That's why the meritocracy is the way forward, because the meritocracy is by definition fair, because it doesn't care about your sex, your orientation, your color, your gender. It operates off fucking talent. So if you took the scripts of 10 people from various backgrounds and threw them into a room, so they no names, nothing, just 10 scripts, no names, nothing, don't know who it's from, and you read those scripts and you objectively come to a consensus that script 3 and 4 are the best two, and then you ask for author 3 and 4 to come in, and it's two fucking trans lesbian wheelchair fucking this, that, and the others. That's the meritocracy. They earned that fucking place. Not by any of their features, but by their talent. Yeah. So by definition, the meritocracy is the fairest way forward. Oh, yeah. But they don't want that. That's not what they're looking. Yeah. The cock in the moonlight shadow. His name gets me every fucking time, man. It's a doozy. With a £2 says, hi, Eric. Any thoughts on donating books to prisons? I've never thought about it, but sure. That's an interesting question, actually. Yeah. Legit. Yeah. Sure. I've never considered it. I would just say, just look at the example of Gary. That's the guy then in prison, got his head down. He also read some books. Shout out Gary, man. Shout out Gary. Happy birthday, Gary. DJ with another $100. Says, good news, lads. Diablo 2 is up for $13.
The good stuff is coming back remastered. Oof. I saw, was it X-Ray Girl that played that recently?
I don't know.
DJ, massive thank you, dude.
It's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, it is a lot of money in Diablo 2, massively beloved game. Zodlander again with a 7-month membership. Love you, ads! Keep that weight in check. 100 plus days. F Rings of Power. Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Zodlander. Don't worry. When I come back from my jollies, which is very soon, I'll be doing some vlogs for members only. Don't you worry. The Rand Man with a $2 says there is also sex with furry Hitler.
That's a
bridge too far. Hitler, I can take. Furries, you lost me.
That's where he draws the line.
Yeah. That's too. That's just a bridge too far.
Fuck.
That is just a bridge over the River Kwai for me. Samurai Knight with a $2 says, how much for you guys to review sex with him?
I don't know if there's enough money in the world, man. That's damn.
Dannenheim with a $2 says 65K on clearance. Eric, you gotta stop.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. Fell and somehow made
that's
65
fucking bucks.
That's crazy, bro. The amount, and I cannot stress this enough. I want to give a big shout out to everybody that participated in that, because most of the purchasers were new customers, right? So these are first-time buyers of the Riververse. We love to see. We had a massive uptick in new customers due to that sale, man. And big shout out to you. And hopefully you stick around. Think you're gonna enjoy the books, and hope you do stick around.
Yeah, that's fucking incredible. 65K,
$5 sale. That's crazy. Almost what was almost 12.5 thousand items that went out. Fucking crazy, man. That is nuts. That is unbelievable.
Oh my god. Fear the Boogie Beardo 199, sorry, with a $5. It isn't my fault. I was dreaming the same time as you. My trauma from my father abusing me caused me to do that. Lock it in, though.
Fear the Boogie Beardo. Jesus.
Don't even. Jason D has been a member for 4 months. How does one delete their stream?
Asking for a friend. Yeah, man, it's ugly. I can imagine. If you're going to look for sex with Hitler, it's too late. That thing's fucked.
Too late for me.
Yeah.
It's too late for me. It's in.
It's fucked, dude.
I put an S. It comes up with sex with Hitler. That is going to be a really fucking weird police search. You know, to come around. So we notice that we came on here for mean tweets and rants on the internet, but we see that your search history has got sex with Hitler on it.
That's rough, man.
How do you explain that? I'll just go, there is no explanation. It is what it is. You understand? Good luck, Jason. No face for the $5 says, hey, Ripper, good to see the Isom 1 in Signature Series CGC. By the way, I've ordered all of mine. I ordered all 4.
Nice.
The 3 covers and the
concept part.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And there's not that many of those. We put those numbers out right before we went stream. I think 10 minutes before we went live. There's only 175 of the Signature Series concept art books. So yeah, those are going to be gone in no time. So you better get them while you can. Appreciate that. Rolling for a 10, maybe. As got a couple.
Oh yeah. That's a Yaira 2. No, Yaira B, number 2, 10.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes. Now that was definitely using my clout. By the way, that was definitely. As makes me want to identify his chat's mum, says Caro. Stop it. That's naughty. That's not. There's only one chat. Come on, chat. Give your mum some love for me. Yeah, got mine. Pick mine up. Done and dusted. Looking forward.
Yeah.
I got a spot. I got a spot for a CGC on these walls.
Let's go. Yeah, we'll make it ice on 1.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. I got my ice on 2 right there.
It is.
I got to get my ice on 1 signature series.
Let's go.
CJ with a $5 says, Eric, I respect your mentality when it comes to movies. New creators. I know if Jay and Flash sell more than Isom, you'd just be happy for them.
Dude,
respect to you.
If either of those sold more, if Jay or Flash had a like $4 million campaign, I would fucking be over the moon. And it's not, even if it was not going through River, right? Obviously, I have every fucking incentive to send it over fucking to $4 million, right? But if it wasn't, just because those are genuine guys, you guys saw how much, I was backing the original Achromatic Chronicles Blue, right? I had nothing to do with that. Now I do, because, well, you can get it through River. You'll be able to get this copy right here when that collection goes live, or campaign. That'll be a full campaign goes live. But yeah, I want my friends to be great, man. I want people that I'm cool with to be great, and I want up and coming guys to be great. This is why there's no spite or jealousy or envy when I see other people go do awesome things, man. I think we need more of it, and the more the better. So get out there and go be great. You have nothing but support from me. If anything, any independent was ever to able do what Isom 1 did, hell, double it or some crazy shit like that, they have nothing but support from me.
Bad news today, by the way. Jay got his channel remonetized.
Yes, he did.
So it's not all good news today. Chat.
It's not all good. It's not all good news.
It's not all good news. He got it back. He got it remonetized.
That sucks.
When he posted that, I responded with, and I was having such a good day today as well. And then 2 people, one was just like, I hope this isn't jest, because this isn't a very nice thing to say to somebody losing. And then somebody posted into that, oh, no, Az actually hates Jay. and then this other guy replies,
just head cannon.
Like, oh, that is so horrible to hear. And so I just like
just let it go.
There. But no, just jump in with a quote tweet though. A quote tweet. Go, I love it when people just start making shit up in their head. You know,
see, dude, his head cannon definitely on Twitter is amazing. I'll read things, especially about me, of like a thread of just people just saying just ridiculous shit. I'm like, these guys have something made up in their head as far as how this thing goes down, and it's impressive. Maybe you should become writers as well.
I was like, did you see how like Gary would talk to me half the time on Twitter? If they just walked in on something like that, they'd be like,
yeah,
does he hate him? Oh, dude, when I like left FNT and I did my video and all that, like, I had still headcanon people. Like, oh no!
Oh, yeah, still
I had people going, he got fired.
Off of FNT,
I had people going, he left. He left because they weren't getting paid. Az wanted everybody to get paid, and they weren't getting paid. So
just
he left
making
that.
shit up.
And I'm just like, no, I'm just fucking knackered. I'm the only fucker doing it at night.
Yeah.
4.5 years of that, I was like. I said to Gary yesterday, I said, hey, you put it at 1 p.m. on a UK time, I'll fucking be back in that show in a heartbeat. I mean, admittedly, it'd start at 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific, but that's your fucking problem to deal with, not mine. But yeah, headcanon, fucking hell, it's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. Boobies. Matt the Beast with the $5. I think Madam Savvy said that the whole trigger scene ends with you getting both cops to self-delete, then get the only witness to do the same.
I don't know what's going on with that game. Not interested. Sounds fucking ridiculous.
Just you go as far as you can, and I'll just try and beat it. Justin Martins has been a member for 8 months. Hey, Az, planning on streaming Dustborn on your Starfield rant reunion. Might bring you some heat, though.
Yeah.
I don't think it would. I don't think anyone's fucking playing this thing. It's like £25. Fear the Boogie Beardo 199 with a $5 is my trauma caused me to spell streaming.
Streaming with a dream. I
dreaming.
I know what he meant.
in my last chat. Lock it in, though.
I know what you meant, buddy.
And we are caught up. Eric, anything that you'd like to plug before we go, sir?
Well, we have a new collection live. We got Horseman coming very soon, but in between time, we have a new collection live of ISOM 1 CGC Signature Series copies. We're utilizing our copies that we reserve for retailers and cons and special events and stuff that we do of every copy that we, that's why we keep some around, even though they sell out technically online. Well, you can now get the signed and graded versions. We never did one. We did raw sign version, but we didn't do CGC Signature Series, which are special, gold label. So you can go to ripperverse.com and grab those. We have copies or covers A, B, C, and the concept art book. And for 48 hours, if you missed out on just base covers for those, ISOM 1 cover A and B, you can grab those right now. So go grab them.
Sweet. I am going to be back on Friday with some Wu Kang, motherfucker.
Let's go.
And it's about time. September's going to be a big gaming month, chat. I'm getting back into the gaming streams. We're getting back on it. I'm going to redirect the stream to the Gay Boy Club.
Okay. Dan and all those guys who rightfully.
Yeah, I said the Gay Boy Club. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have to. You that's fair. We don't have to specify.
Don't have to elaborate any further.
I think everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're going to the to our side's LGBTQIA plus stuff. Okay. So go. I don't know. Drop them a dislike on the stream, or I don't know how this works. I don't. Massive thank you to everyone who came to watch today. Mods, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Again, huge thank you. DJ, Legalize Out of Hood, you guys are fucking insane. You really are, the pair of you. You're fucking insane.
Let's go.
The disrespect, you're goddamn fucking right. you are goddamn right. And I got a whole lot more for him. A whole bucket full for them. Everybody who super chatted, remembered, gifted memberships.
Yep.
Thank you so much, indeed, for supporting the channel. I will be back with some more stuff very soon. Next week over on Eric's channel for episode 40.
Yeah. 40. Woo.
Until then, you take care. Goodbye, Malubu.
Peace.